Bollocks.
And we are finally live again. Welcome everyone to another episode of Fellowship of the Fallen. Thanks, Richard. It's been a while since this group's been together, and it's great to have everyone back together again. I think it's been almost a month since the last session due to load shedding and scheduling and just general life stuff happening, but we are back and it's going to be great. I'm going to kill everyone. Quick announcements before we get going. So our merch store is still up. You guys can go check out all the merch for the different streams there. Go buy something. It really helps us out. The other streams, you can check out the VOD of part 2 of Operation Aberration on Twitch now, and it will be up on YouTube sometime soon. The party made it to Sopherone, and after some city shenanigans, headed into the King's Forest, where they were attacked by an ancient green dragon. In the city, some hot sauce was involved. You had to be there to understand. Go check it out. The Violet Madness, after wandering through the murky mire of the Utherum Bog, the party encountered a band of goblins and their leader. It seems they knew where to find the item they are searching for, in the clutches of a corrupted creature in the thick of the bog. The Churn Gang is back on the 15th of July. Join the Churn Gang for the Alternative Academy Part 2. After defeating the Guardian Mimic, the heroes head for a showdown with the school's Guardian and Baba Blackbird. The Cloaks of Minehelm returns on the 17th at 7 p.m. BST. With the odds stacked against them, our so-called heroes must fight their way through an army of outlaws with only each other and one mysterious sniper in the shadows for backup. Aswindale, sidetracked from their investigation by the big raid on the town of Goodmead, the party sets out to avenge the death of the town speaker and return a stolen shipment of meat. But is everything what it seems? Catch up on the VOD to find out before Rime of the Frost Maiden returns on the 21st. As always, for the stream, music's by Ivan Dutch, and you guys can influence the game via channel points, donations, and the like. All the details are there somewhere in the Twitch buttons, so go have a look at that. Make my life a living hell. You guys seem to prefer to give the party the blessings, but that's fine. I'll just throw harder things at them.
Stay out the chat, Linda.
Can anyone, I don't have Twitch up, I've only got the chat up so that I can see what everyone's saying. Can anyone tell me how many blessings I have?
One.
Linda, I need 2 more.
Linda, stay out of the chat.
Doesn't know.
I haven't seen anyone type in chat yet, actually.
I have 0.
Pretty quiet so far.
blessings.
No, we've got 10 or so in there. So yeah, last time we played, you guys basically made your way into Leilon, had a little chat with the Growler, who seems to be running things in Leilon, when some cultists attacked. You dispatched them. Further down in town, you can see some storm clouds brewing. Upon investigating, you found some more cultists who seem to be performing some sort of summoning ritual. A couple of water elementals appeared, seeming to attack some unconscious people down on the beach. You dispatched the water elementals, Aldwin banishing one of them.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, we ended last session with everyone checking on the up to that point unknown but now known unconscious townsfolk, and you were ferrying them back to dry land, as it were.
Dave has answered your call, Sean. You have 2 blessings now.
Thanks, Dave.
From what I remember, the last thing Crag had done had been used his shape water cantrip to just freeze blocks of ice underneath his feet and walk across the river.
It had to be a quick trot because as you create one, the previous one disappears.
Yeah.
No, you can have 3 going at a time. The spell specifically says
Oh,
you
yes,
can
was
have
it-
three
was
going
it-
at a
was
time.
it-
Crag
three at a
can't
time.
count that high, so to him it is still just one at a time.
Like, Crag can count to at least 10. As long as Crag has fingers, he can count that high.
You can go 5 foot per turn and to get across the water. It would take like a long time to get across.
Yeah, he still did it.
I see Solo saying there, behold, a DM helping a DM because he feels bad about his dragon dying. Don't worry, Dave. At the very least, I can make Ryan suffer for it.
I didn't do shit. Why make me suffer? All I
John,
did
it
was
was you. You're the one who fucked up the dragon the most, other than like Joe.
Well,
Shut
I mean,
up,
I
you.
couldn't make myself suffer, so I mean, Ryan's the next target.
I'm always the bloody target.
I
And
mean,
we
you
see-
could make yourself sober. You could just make
Back
it
to
easy
this
for us.
game. Can we see any boats nearby?
So, I mean, looking out across the water, most of it is too shallow for boats to pass through. So there's a lot of, like down this stretch of the, let's call it coast, there's a lot of barges and things like that.
I mean, just something that floats that we can put all these barely recovered people onto, so we don't have to
Yeah.
carry them through the water.
Are any of you proficient with water vehicles?
No, but I'm going to say to Magnar, I'll be right back, and then I'm going to go back to the part of town where we left that cup on the ground. So I'll be gone for a few minutes.
Yeah, so Luca, as you begin to jog back in the direction of the town gates, out of one of the ruined buildings, with the door kind of half fallen off its hinges, you do see 2 children come crawling out.
I'll be right back.
Oh hey kids. Okay. I'll message. If I look back and I see anyone still in the dock from where I am, I'll message them and I'll say, "Found some kids."
Who are you messaging?
Whoever I can see. Probably if Elian looks like is the closest to the. I'll message Elian. I'll say, "Hey Elian, I found some of these missing. I think these are. Hey, are you missing? Are you missing right now, child? I'm Luca."
So the boy kind of looks up at you, and because he's a little bit shorter than you, but just give me a persuasion check.
Oh, I am an expert at persuasion checks. I'm good at this. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay, normal chance. Here we go. Oof. First roll in 3 weeks.
Oh,
Stranger danger.
stranger danger.
My lip is cut. I've got necrotic damage. My veins are all black. I'm like, hi, I'm here to help.
You can kind of see the boy, and he looks a bit older than the girl. You can see him push the girl in behind him, kind of trying to put himself between you and her, and he tells you not to come any closer.
I get ready to cast lightning lure. No, that's no good.
Wait. Last I heard there was kids, and Luke was about to attack him with a lightning door. What?
Yes, I'm gonna send a
kids?
message to
You heard
whoever I can
correctly.
see. I'll be like, guys, I need to do something, but there are some kids here, and I don't know why, but they're afraid of me. There's, so.
Crag is probably the most visible, so he'll reply. He's like, I don't know. Throw
Yeah,
the
well,
door.
listen, if you're gonna message me, I'm just gonna be like, when the fuck did you get kids?
What? No,
I
they
know
were
nothing
missing.
of this, and I've been gone for a month.
I know your character was here last time. Your character should have.
No, his character was gone
Yeah,
for a
but you
month up
didn't
until this too.
tell me about any kids about it. You just told
We
me about
did
the
mention we
poltergeist
needed to
chase.
find children at one point.
Yeah, so
did
one
you?
of the plot cooks was that there were some kids that went missing, and so we were like, we sort of had on the lowdown. We were making sure to make sure not to fireball empty buildings in case there were kids. But it turns out there are.
So I sniping them.
Yeah. So I'll be like, oh, I have ice knife. Yeah. So I'll be. Yeah. Anyway, kid, you're gonna be fine. My friends over there could help you. I have to do something, and I'm gonna keep going towards where I was going. So that's it for me.
All right. So is anyone going to do anything about the kids?
Can we actually see them now?
You would know
How
from
far
where
was it
Luke.
away?
You would know from where Luca messaged.
I didn't hear anything, so.
The alien's the only one you're
So yeah,
aware of,
Alien,
isn't it?
Oh.
you've got a general idea of where the kids are.
Yeah, but Elian, your character knew that we were on the lookout for missing children because we were worried that the cultists had taken them. Turns out they're just probably just in those buildings.
Okay, because I don't have a very good history with small people. Luca found some children.
You could have just tell
go
someone.
and check on them. And I believe he's leaving them alone, so I think we should make our way that away to wherever Luca was.
Crag is going to cast catapult and pick up a rock and throw it in the general direction.
And don't forget, Luca's not a he, Luca's a they. So yeah, yes, we're going off to find more.
They,
All right. So who's going looking for the kids? Who's staying with the villagers on the island?
Well, I'm with the villagers, so
I'll stay at the dock then, like kind of to kind of make sure to keep an eye on Aldwin and stuff then.
I would rather you went for the children. If
Yeah,
I'm honest.
so you're going to send Crag and Ilian.
I was just
Yeah.
about.
I wanted to say, okay, so Crag and
I would
Alien.
rather send Magna, please.
No, so it was what Crag and Elian. So one's a murderer, the other one's just had dental surgery. So yeah,
One's a murderer, one's a murderer.
Okay, I'll tell Crag to stay behind because if Aldwin needs help, he's the best one to help him.
Yeah, Crag is probably going to, if there's barrages, Crag is probably going to jump into the river and start pulling them. From what I remember, he can stand in the middle of the river fairly easily.
Crag and Scooby-Doo run across the top of the water, like just
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like,
I think the water was at the most 4 feet deep.
yeah, so Crag is just going to wade through it and start pulling the barges towards like the gap.
All right. Magna and Alien, as you make your way to where you think the kids are, give me either an investigation check or a perception check.
They both suck. So
Investigation.
16.
All right.
9, natural 1.
You find no trace of the children.
Neither of us?
Neither of you.
Luca fucking lied.
Hey kids,
Mm,
come out.
There's no response.
That's a villain origin story right there. Those kids will grow up to be criminals because of what we did.
Or they're ghosts, and they
Yes.
just appeared to Luca, and yeah.
Oh yeah, could be.
You know, Alien, there's really bad times that Luca could be fucking with us than this. Like, this isn't on. Start walking back to the dock.
All right, Luca, give me an investigation check. Find your cup.
Okay, I'm good at investigation.
The kids have the cup.
22. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, it takes you a couple of seconds, but you do find it. It's right
Right.
where you left it.
Yeah, so as long as I'm able to act as I want, I'll just use Mage Hand, and I'll pick it up, and I'll just drop it in the bag. I'll look around to see if there's like a bag or something I can put it into, and then pick up the bag and drop the bag into the bag of holding, so that
All
if
right.
people reach into the bag of holding, they won't touch the cup by accident.
Cool. Yeah, you don't feel any hold over you as you do this. You appear to be unaffected.
Okay.
Just as we're walking back, I'm fairly certain, like, I'm in the area where Luca saw the kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
As we're walking back, I'm just gonna say loudly, "Oh damn! I just dropped 10 gold coins," and just keep walking on and just like hide behind a barrel and just wait there for.
Kids
Like,
love
the-
money.
the
It's
best gonna
well
be.
known.
Give me a
I just
stealth
like
check.
obviously drop the coins very loudly.
Yeah, give me a stealth check.
Ah.
Yeah.
For kids, they might not be super.
As far as you know, you're hidden behind the barrels. Consider wait for an extended period if you like, but you do not see any movement whatsoever.
So, Crag is hauling the barge through the river. Is he able to do that, or do I need to make a check?
No, I mean it's just going to be a matter of time to get the barge where you want it to be.
Yeah, he's basically just tied like a rope to it, and then he's just like walking it down towards Alden.
Yeah, I mean it's not that it's easy going or anything. It does take quite a bit of time, but you do get the barge to Alden eventually.
It's just one of Crag's workouts. This is normal. Pulling barges. He also pulls houses down sometimes, but that's rare. It's on a good day.
Normally knocks them down if he comes to.
I don't think he has. Oh, he has knocked the wall down. Actually, that's
Walls, doors, that sort of thing.
walls, doors, tables. And to be fair, he's used the table as a weapon. Still, my favorite
you
moment of
guys,
Crag is killing the guys with the door.
So you guys managed to load everyone up on the barge. Easy enough trip to the other side.
All aboard, Captain Crag leaving.
I'll do one last check on the island and make sure we haven't missed anyone.
Yeah, I mean, as far as you can tell, you found everyone that you did with your passive perception. Easy enough to do.
Okay. And there's nothing obvious in this island that would suggest why it was used other than it was the other side of the same water. They were summoning the elementals.
Looking around the island, you can see there's a couple of idols that stand on this island.
Idols.
They look like crumbled statues, possibly of humanoid figures.
Okay.
Not the little creepy wooden dolls, are they?
I mean, there's no point even attempting to try to remember if I know anything about these, because we know how badly I'm going to roll on that. Okay, I will know.
More than welcome to attempt it.
Sure, why not? I'm here. I've got nothing else to do while Crag's winning the barge. I will see if I could remember anything. Ever hearing about any idols in Leilon? And I will. History, I presume?
It would be a history check, yes.
That's on course. 12.
No, not with it. With the 12, you know there's something to them, but it's not enough to tell you what it is.
All right.
Are you proficient in history as well?
Nope.
No?
Not even vaguely.
You're the guy who's always trying to remember history stuff, so I assume.
Oh yeah, I am, but I'm no good at it.
I need another feat in order to be better at history, so soon, hopefully.
Yeah, then it'd be helping Crag load them carefully onto the barge and head it back over with them all.
But that is Crag has been carrying them like sacks of potatoes, and then Alden comes up and he's like, "No, stop that!"
Bury them properly.
Crag's only experience in loading barges is usually loading contraband that's hidden in sacks onto a barge and getting a water deep.
Like sacks full of babies.
Well, not babies.
Whoa.
Usually sued. One time a halfling. The halfling happened to be Lincoln.
Oh, the Twitch.
Bring everyone to the mainland, and as the people start filing back into the town and assessing the damage. From what you can see, Magna, you specifically, the damage to the town itself does seem minimal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a bit of rebuilding to be done. The rest of you can see, from the conversations going on around you and things like that, that only a few of the settlers were killed in the initial attack. There's a couple of Neverwinter soldiers that you now see milling about. That were probably the soldiers that you see that were manning the evacuation.
Did the civilians that were outside, have they come back in by now?
They have come back in.
Okay.
And you can see the childminders that you saw outside. They're standing there, counting the children, ticking them off on a list.
I say when I get back onto the thing, I'll be asking, right, we need to go and find the children. Has anyone in my party seen where the children have ended up?
No, Luca tried to trick us and say they were up there, but they weren't.
Do I come back?
Where are they anyway?
He was fucking with
Yeah,
us.
Luca, you've made your way back to the party.
Yeah, I'll be like, have you found the kids? They were like in that building over there. They didn't like my. They got scared by me and they ran away.
You're very funny, Luca.
What? No, the children were in there. They were like, I don't know. I saw them in that building, and they were still outside when I.
No, that's not
When I-
Luca's
when I-
lying face.
I'm gonna use my healer's kit on Ilian while we're having this conversation.
Can I speak? Can I speak to the childminder and just say, like, do you want to give them a call because they saw Luca and they wouldn't talk to us?
Yeah, so Luca, they come up to you and ask you to just to give a brief description of them. And, as you give this to them, they go down their list. And you see his brow furrow a bit. And he tells you that they've already been accounted for.
Oh.
And as you begin to look around, Luca, you do see them playing with some of the other kids.
The ones that I spoke to.
The ones that you spoke to.
Okay. I'm like, yeah, there's those two over there. Okay, well, good.
So I'll check the childminders. Do they now have all their children accounted for?
So yeah, as you ask that of them, they tell you that there's one child that was outside that hasn't been accounted for. It's a little human girl by the name of Cynthia.
Where's the bloody Cynthia, isn't it?
Crag's gonna walk to the edge of the river, stick his head in the river, and see if he can see anything. Like, childlike.
Give me a perception check at disadvantage.
Do his goggles and night vision help blow with that?
No,
Damn it.
because this is not a river; it is a bog, and bog water is not.
Yeah, I know what I live in
It's
Ireland.
not
I know
dark.
what
It's
bog
not
water
dark.
looks
It's
like.
cloudy. Yeah.
Ellie and Aldwin, do you have anything that can find someone based on their look?
Double rolled because of course it did. It's a 7.
Yeah, with a 7, you don't see much of anything. You could probably see about 2-3 feet in front of your face.
Crag will reach in, he pulls out a skeleton hand, he's like, this isn't it, is it? And then flicks back into the bog.
I'm going to start headed back out the way we came into the village with the idea that I'm trying to work out if I was a small child running, where would I go to hide?
Yeah, so I mean, going out of the gates, and I'm assuming the rest of the party is following.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will guide myself while I'm doing this.
I mean, looking around the area. I mean, there's woods to the east of you. There's woods to the northwest of you.
Anything within half a mile or less?
I mean, yeah, it's fairly close. It's like a couple of 100 feet off.
Crag is gonna start checking for child-sized tracks that are going away from the group.
I mean, yeah, give me a survival check.
Yeah.
Can I help him with that?
Yeah, you can.
What's your bonus?
+7.
I'll help you with that.
You can suggest it to me and I can take
Yeah.
it over if you like.
Crag will start looking for tracks and they'll be like, hey, Aldwin, you're better at this.
I can
You're
help.
closer to the ground.
I'm an expert at tracking people and not getting lost in the woods.
18. Great roll.
I mean, with an 18, there's quite a bit of tracks and a lot of recent foot traffic here. Some of them
Yeah.
yours, some of the villages. But 18 is just enough to notice one set of small footprints heading off towards the north and disappearing into the woods.
Alone.
Damn it.
I'm gonna take out the Sun Elf statue
Mm-hmm.
and very quietly I'm gonna just whisper to it, is Cynthia still alive?
You would get a response of wheel. So a affirmative answer.
Okay. But she's still alright. We need to hurry though, I'd say.
If that was me, I would have just done the unknown effect because, like, how many Cynthias are there in the fucking world?
Actually,
I don't fucking know.
so guys, I can use the Staff of Severus. I can ask a question too. I can say something like, Staff of Severus, if we look in the forest, will we find Cynthia?
You, Luca, would get an answer of wheel and woe.
Oh no.
We need to move.
Well, she's probably like in a dungeon under the forest, or she's on the other side of the forest, or she's in the water. Oh my god, yeah, let's go.
She's inside the belly of a creature that's in the forest.
Yeah,
She's still alive though. Don't worry.
Yeah, she's just
No.
being eaten.
Yeah,
Alright,
Crag will take all
lost
the
it.
tracks then.
Alright, so whoever's leading the party, because Alduin did find the tracks, the next survival check DC is lowered significantly.
We'll do the same again.
Because you are tracking in a forest, and it's rough terrain or rough-ish terrain. It's not level, compact ground that you can follow tracks on.
I'm gonna throw a rope around Craig's neck like a leash. And be like, let's go.
Crag will continue to help Alden follow the tracks. So if Crag sees anything, he'll point it out to Alden.
Does anyone have a doll? The girl the doll touched before. Craig, sniff this doll.
I can't do that anymore. I've been curious.
Alduin,
I will lead the party into the forest.
If I was still crap,
Another
100%
Put the rope around Aldwin. Yeah.
What's that, Ruby Lou?
Did you want? Sorry, another
another survival check.
survival check.
DC 13.
Cool. Not with advantage though. This time, take it.
No, I'm giving it help,
advantage,
actually.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
By the way, just
Go.
saying, if we find a werewolf in here, Crag is forcing it to bite him.
27.
Yeah, easy enough to follow this time. You now know what you're looking for. It seems like she took a quite predictable path through the forest, so there's certain points where you lose sight of the tracks, but you know exactly where she's heading. You probably go into the woods for a good 300 feet.
Okay.
And anyone with a passive perception of... Give me 2 seconds. Just check here. I think it's 16 and higher.
God damn it.
Yeah.
14.
Anyone with a passive perception?
17.
17 and higher. Give me a nature check.
Oh. Damn it. I was doing well to that point. You have to say nature. That's still a 16.
Right, with a 16, you can hear what sounds like the call of an owl bear, but it sounds injured and dying.
Kid killed an owlbear. Impressive.
And just over that, you can hear another owlbear, but this one sounds smaller, and you can almost hear the voice of a little girl. It's about another 100 feet further towards the northeast.
Okay.
Should we be afraid of this kid?
She's an
Possibly
owlbearling.
we should go a little more cautiously.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out and I'm gonna go stealth and try to go ahead of the party.
Right,
Crag
how
will
far
help.
ahead are you going?
Crag will help Luca up into the trees if Luca wants to try stealth across the trees.
Oh, no, I'm happy to stealth across the ground. Thank you for now.
I'll just guide you
Have
as
a
I see you
playground.
headed out.
Yeah,
Alright,
maybe 20,
gonna-
maybe 50 feet in front of the party so that they don't make too much noise.
I'm just going to bunch you guys up so long and copy. All right, so Luca, you would be the first person that comes upon the scene. I'm just moving over to the other map.
Just warning, I think owlbears are awesome, and I hope we don't have to kill any.
You have in the past.
Do you know what? It's
No, that's the
it's
wrong.
actually a sign of respect that Magnar still wears his one because he was so upset about having to kill that one before. So he wears it out of a sign of respect that you're still with
It would be like a great, like a perfect animal for Canada. You know,
I remember, didn't
the
naked
owl bear.
didn't a naked crag have to fight that, if I remember correctly, because everyone else was asleep.
Craig's
He
always
woke up-
fucking naked.
Isn't Craig always naked?
Yeah, but like Crab was straight up just naked. Like he wasn't
Right,
wearing any of his gear.
So I'm just gonna throw you guys down as soon as the map lets me do anything. Oh, yeah, you do. Have you guys got
Yeah.
on your tokens?
We see the map. It's yeah.
Right, so I'm just going to move you guys a bit further towards the west there, because that's from where you would be approaching. The rest of you are all still on the edge of this map. Luca, you would probably be somewhere around there. The rest of you are still off the map at this point. Luca, in the distance, you can see a little girl, blonde hair, dirt smeared across her face. She's got a stick in one hand. And, I mean, from this distance, it looks like she is pushing the owl bear, and it's definitely a young owl bear. And it looks like she's pushing it back down towards the south, and this owl bear is trying, quite clumsily to get past her.
Oh, she's befriended an owlbear pup, and the mom's in trouble. Oh God, okay.
And it is at this point that you can hear the cries of a wounded owlbear coming further from the north, somewhere in between these trees.
Okay. Can I remember what that kid looked like that I talked to before? If I were to cast a disguise self spell.
Yeah, I mean, give me a history check. See how well you remember.
Oh, I'm really good at history, as we all know.
That's not a very high DC. It happened, a couple of minutes ago.
23.
23. Yeah, you can vividly remember.
With a roll so good, I could hopefully even remember his name.
So yeah, from what the minders told you, the boy's name was Smithwell, and the girl's name was Bernice.
Smithwell and Bernice. Oh, the other girl that was with Smithwell. Okay. Okay, and I forget now the name of the girl that we're looking for. Shit.
Cynthia.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just, as I'm running along, my shape will just flow, and I'll be like, and I'll just kind of go, Cynthia, where are you? Knowing where she is, of course.
Give me a deception check.
Oh, I'm really good at deception.
Advantage because they're disguised.
10. Hey, would I get advantage because I'm disguised? I don't know.
No, you would not, but that's okay. She rolled a 5 on her insight check.
Well, she's a kid.
Yeah,
Looking around at Albie.
I like how the wizard Elliot is like, kids are like just inferior in every way. It's just
They are.
You were a kid
We
once.
discussed this on our way here.
You see Cynthia.
Lillian possibly wasn't. This is the worry. So
You see Cynthia look over in your direction, and you can see the recognition on her face. And she begins to wave you over and shout at you to come and help her. It's trying to get the owlbear.
Oh.
And
Okay.
this kid is a menace to society.
She's this is every Disney film. She's trying to befriend an owlbear pup.
She tells you that it's trying to get her friend.
Okay. Like it crosses my mind that that the person that I'm playing might even know about this. Like the kids have a club or something, and I'm like, oh yeah, sure, yeah, let me help you. I'll help you right away.
As you get closer, you can see that this young owlbear is badly wounded.
Oh,
It's got scratches all over its body. It's a couple of bite marks.
Okay. Can I send a message? There's so much going on, especially since what happened last time with the stupid cup. I'll message straight back to Magnar. and I'll be like, found the girl. She's got a wounded owlbear cub. I think she's friends with an owlbear cub. She thinks I'm one of the other kids, so I'll try to talk her down. Otherwise, we'll have to go in hard and take out the kid. You may reply to this message.
Don't take out the kid. I'm coming right now. I just start sprinting.
All right.
Wait, what?
So-
Oh God.
So anyone trying to catch up to Magna, you are basically going to catch up in 2 rounds' time. So Luca, is there anything else that you're doing?
Well, I'll go up and see what the situation is. I'll be like, hey, Cynthia.
All right. Luca, you make it about 20 feet forward.
Oh, God.
When you hear in Halfling, coming from the north, a female voice weakly shouting for help.
God. Does Cynthia appear to hear that voice?
Looking over her, she doesn't seem to react to it.
Okay. I'll be like, I'll look at Cynthia. I'll say, I'll be right back, and I'll try to perceive something to the north. Oh God, this is Luca's nightmare. There's too much input.
All right. So up to before that perception check would have been 1 round. Is there anything else anyone's doing specifically, or is it just sprinting to get to Luca?
Well, dashing.
Just because I realized I was being stupid like this whole game with having a real powerful staff, I would like to cast Mage Armor on myself for free.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's a nice item,
you.
isn't it?
Especially if you read it.
I have mage armor. I recommend it for sure.
And then, so did we come from this corner here? From where we are now?
Yeah, you are basically coming from the southwest.
Okay, so do we see the kid from there?
You can see the kid from there, yes. You can, as you get by this round, you can see the kid.
And as this is all going down, is this kid still moving south?
Still trying to move south.
Okay, so then if Magna is following Luca, I would just like to move a little bit more horizontal, just to like kind of cut the kid off more.
All right. Anyone else?
Yeah, Crag will probably follow Ilian because it's an elder and Ilian is squishy.
I have one spell slot.
So
I'll be following Magna.
Craig and Ilian, Aldrin and Magna, we can say you make it to that tree there, just to the northwest of you. That would be basically where you start now. All right, Luca.
Okay.
Back to you.
So I'll call out to the girl. I'll say, "Hey, can you hear that? There's somebody in the wood. There's somebody calling out to me from the forest over there. What are you running? What are we running away from? What's going on?"
And she still got the stick in her hand, and she kind of points back in this direction with the stick, and she tells you that there's something in there that's trying to hurt the owlbear.
Oh.
I assume we can hear that at this stage.
I'm just going to
Okay.
let me find the stats quickly, because if now gets an athletics check to get past her.
I was gonna say, because I'm smart, and so like am I being harpied, or am I being enthralled or anything like that by the sound of whatever's calling out to me?
Could be a manticore either. That was before we know.
Because I know that I'm disguised as a human child, and this creature or whatever it is has called out to me in halfling, which to my amazing mind indicates that they know something is weird.
Yeah. So it is at that point that the owlbear kind of pushes past, and it's going to start making its way. That's going to be 10 feet of movement, so it's only going to make it to there.
All right, that's enough.
But Luca, give me. What is this? No, sorry, that's wrong. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay, Arcana. Let going to be good at these things later on, but right now I'm not 12.
I mean, there's a lot of things that can communicate telepathically.
Oh, please don't be a Nautic.
Did it communicate with me telepathically, or?
That's your best guess. You heard it in
because that's how it knows that I'm a halfling. Okay. Yeah, no, screw this. I'm going to cast Sleep Spell at 2nd level. Try to get both of these. Like, it should have a big enough radius to get them both. That's my last spell slot as well.
Nice. All right,
not a bad use.
Roll your spell.
Hang on, where's sleep?
Start with the lowest. I mean,
I was going to do an ice knife.
At the kid? What's wrong with you?
I'm joking.
No, you weren't.
Alien's not.
Good roll for higher level cast. 29 hit points of creatures. I'm hoping she'll fall asleep first, since she's a kid. Since she, as Elliot said, since she's inferior and has very few hit points.
You managed to knock out both Cynthia and the young Albie.
Okay. Yeah, so I go rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop, and down they go.
Everyone else, give me a perception check.
And I'll try to go stand closer to Cynthia, if I can.
Would I have reached Luca at this point as well?
Yeah, so this would, at the end of this turn, you would reach it, yes.
The 23.
Jeez, Craig.
Nice.
Yo.
Craig, you swear you can see some movement coming from the tree.
Which tree?
This one here in the center.
Cool. So Crab is going to start moving towards it. He'll kind of signal the tree. I assume the party's been working together long enough. The Crab can probably do hand signals to say that there's something over there.
Yeah, you can start making your way. So 40 feet. So yeah, as you end that 40 feet of movement, what language do you speak?
Giants and commons.
In common, you hear a call for help coming from deeper in the forest.
Did you hear that? There's something over there that's trying to lure us into the forest.
Luca, this time you didn't hear anything.
Okay.
So it'll speak to Luca in Luca's name.
Oh, in that case, I'll say there's something in the forest that's calling out to me in halfling that's trying to get me to go over there. And then the girl said that her owlbear friend was being attacked by a creature. Anyway, I think there's a bad guy up there.
I heard something in common.
I think we just grab them and go.
Any markings on her or not?
Magnar, you hear a call out in Dwarvish.
What does it say?
It's asking for help. It sounds quite panicked. Alwyn, what languages do you speak?
Dwarvish and Common. Not very many.
You also hear a call in Dwarvish.
I hear it in Dwarvish. That's not okay. Did I hear? So if I see Magna react, do I hear it at the same time as Magna?
You hear it at the same time as Magna.
Can I reply back?
You can.
Go fuck yourself.
You get no response from that.
What? I'm sorry.
Because Lucas just said that he had a voice in his head, and then it happened to me, so I know that that's Trixie, and I don't like that.
That was Dwarvish, I heard.
Ilian, what languages do you speak?
Draconic, Dwarvish, and Common.
You hear a call out in Draconic asking for help.
Okay, so we've got a half dwarf, half draconic, half halfling. That's hurt.
Very confused childhood.
Is that a quarterling?
It's a kobold. Could only be a kobold with sizes and breeds like that. It has to be a kobold. You can't leave a kobold to die, guys.
Craig, grab the owlbear. Let's go.
I'm going to head to grab the child.
There's a thing in there.
I don't give a fuck. Grab the owlbear. Let's go.
Craig just slings the owlbear over his shoulders.
Right.
Craig, I will gently pick up Cynthia.
As you move up to the owlbear and begin to pick it up.
I'm moving up with him as well before you say anything else. I'm
Right.
protecting him because he's getting the owlbear.
Just before you continue, I wanted to move up to the Albert to like inspect the wounds on it. So probably also going to be up there.
Yeah, all of you can move yourself to where you want to.
This is where we all get fireballed.
Aliens inspecting the quality of the hide. Yeah.
Inspecting the quality of the hide.
Oh, that's actually perfect positioning. It makes so much sense.
God.
Craig, as you begin to lift up the owlbear. Magnar, what's your basic perception?
14, I believe. 13.
Right. You only notice it the moment it leaps out from the branches. You do not see what happens, but a creature leaps onto the back of Craig. It's about the same size as Craig. You know,
What?
just barely bordering on a large creature. Still considered medium
Is it another Goliath?
as it bites into your back at advantage.
Goliath mating
Because-
rituals. Okay.
Because it was very well hidden. Why is it not giving me my attack bonus?
It's so well hidden we can't even see. We can't even see.
Because it
them
doesn't
now.
have.
Oh no, I'm gonna reveal it now. Don't worry. 19 to hit.
That hits.
All right. You take 13 points of piercing damage.
1-3.
1-3.
Damn it, it's not even half because I'm not raging.
As
What the hell is that?
as a creature with what appears to be kind of a lion-like body, but the head of more of a bear-like creature jumps out of the forest and
It's disappeared.
basically attacks you. Yeah, no, don't worry. I pushed the wrong button.
it's gone.
Is it man bear pig?
It's not man.
Is it man? I was gonna say it's like a man bear pig. Yeah.
It is not a man bear pig.
We found it.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
God damn it.
That looks like some OSR shit going on right there, man. We're in trouble.
That's some
This-
fucking second edition stuff, isn't it?
John, is this the thing you homebrewed?
It might be.
Oh, you fucker! I recognize the art.
I know. Yes, I'll tell you all about it after all rolls in the
After it kills us all.
Yes, I did roll like shit for a change.
Oh, but it. Oh god.
Oh, well
These are all
done.
doomed.
No, that's a nice initiative.
Protect the civilians.
Mine's 22. I just rolled with advantage and it got worse.
All right.
Why is your number blue?
Why is
I
your
don't
number red?
know.
Luca rolled a
You've got a
2 for
19.
initiative.
Because the second number was a fail, but my primary roll was a 19.
Oh wait, that rolls with advantage anyways.
Yeah, you rolled a nat 1 and a nat 20.
Oh, nice.
Let's get this combat started. As this thing has basically dug its claws into Craig's back and sunk its teeth into him.
God, I've got...
Yeah, it is going to continue going after him. Wait,
As
by
it
the way,
approaches me, can I get a
so-
reaction?
Everyone, just give me the initiative quickly, Craig.
22.
22. Ilian.
12.
12. All right, I'm just trying to. Sorry, I've got so many initiatives on here.
Sorry, this bitch got a
Aldwin?
25.
19.
Luca.
My initiative is 6.18.
All right.
Oh,
and
you did.
then-
Oh, you didn't clear last week's initiative. Haha.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. Magnar, 16 or 1.
16.
All right, cool. Good to know. Now I've got everyone.
Because I think
Yeah.
if you don't sort it, all the new ones are at the bottom. But otherwise, if you sorted it, they get mixed up.
Yeah, I already sorted it before I noticed.
Aldrin's been taken off the roster there, that we can see.
This Aldwin, I can see him at an 18.
I can't see myself on there.
Yeah,
I should
it's
be.
not there.
He's
Yeah.
on the
Should be,
19.
I
So
should
you
be
have-
19 anyway.
So Juan, you kept last week's instead of this week's.
Yeah,
you
I
must have had the same initiative.
19.4. Never mind, it's all good.
There we go.
Let's go. Where is it again? All right, so Aldwin. Wait, why did my turn order stuff go wonky? There we go. Now it's looking better. All right,
I'm
so
still,
there's
yeah.
descending. There you go. All right, so this thing goes first. Yes,
That guy.
it rolled a natural 20 for its initiative.
Ah, okay, fair.
So yeah, it is going to make some attacks against you, Craig. It's going to bite at you again.
Yep.
That's a 26 to hit.
No.
Then it's going to make 2 claw attacks.
Yep.
That's 21.
Yep.
And a 12.
12 doesn't.
All right, you take, from the bite, you take 12 points piercing. From the claws, you take 17 points slashing.
Jesus.
And then it is going to...
Good thing I have 10 HP.
What's it going to do? Yeah, it's not going to stick around. It's going to move away from you.
How long does
And
it temp HP last?
Until your
like a
next
minute,
long rest.
Until
No,
long
till your
rest.
next long rest.
that's going to be 5, 10,
Oh, short
10
rest.
feet to get to there.
No, it's not.
Opportunity.
Yeah, so that'll be a... Crag will sort of like press down on a rune of his sword as it just black energy begins to bleed from it. And he is going to go for the throat with this thing. It's an 11, I doubt that hits.
11 is not going to hit. It's going to move 10 feet to the tree, and then it's going to climb for an additional 20 feet. And it's just going to go sit there on a branch and look down at you.
Oh, nuke the tree.
And that is its turn.
Cool. Can I get a dex save from it there? Because I'm going to throw the lightning javelin at it.
You can. 15.
That will save, and I don't know how to roll my lightning damage javelin. It's what, 4d6, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 46.
Yeah, the javelin itself doesn't hit, but it'll take. Five damage. That's shit.
You kind of see it flinch a bit when the lightning hits it, but doesn't seem to do too much to it.
Unaffected. Unaffected, or is like resistant?
I mean, it definitely took some damage from it. You can see a little scorch mark, but
Cool. Crag is going to let out a roar and rage, and then he is going to tackle the tree. So he's going to take his sword and swing it at the tree, try knocking out the tree.
all right. Just give me an attack roll.
That's the first one. Everything's double rolling, but it's 16, so it's 18 damage to the trunk of the tree.
All right, the tree's still standing.
It's shake enough to make it lose balance? No? Damn.
No.
Yeah.
That's your turn?
Well, then he's going to retreat back away from the tree because he doesn't want to get pounced on.
All right. Aldwin.
Hate forests, hate trees. Can't stand this place.
Are you carrying you?
I am
sure.
carrying you, yes. I am really uncomfortable, and this is proving my point why you should never trust trees. Tricksy little things. Can I see that thing in the tree?
You can see it. It's kind of covered by a couple of branches.
Sacred Flame says it's not.
It's another dex save.
Yes, DC 16.
fucking
will
predator.
be an 18.
No, it is absolutely protected from it. I have Hugh ready to go.
You want me to bring? You want me, give me the child? I'll go back. I'll run back with the child. You're more useful in this fight.
At the minute, I'm standing in front of the child, but I need to keep my hands.
I thought you said you had gotten the child. Okay, I can grant.
No, I've got Hugh ready to go. So, there's a
Magna.
wood-killing axe. That's my turn.
Oh, Hugh the wood killing axe. Okay, I was gonna say, who is Hugh? Yeah.
Hugh, Barley McGrew.
Huey the superhero.
Actually, I'm going to take another. So I'm midway between all the trees that surround me at the minute.
I am going to pick up the polar bear or the owlbear. Sorry, not polar bear.
And Crag has it carried at the moment. It's on his back.
Well,
You've had to put it down to
I assume.
make your attack,
you're
basically.
swinging your axe, like
Yeah, sword. If Crag was swinging his
Whatever
axe,
it
the tree probably would have taken more damage.
I'm gonna pick up the owlbear and say, I think we should retreat if we can, unless Aldwin, you can really boost us. And I'm gonna move it back as far as I can, so I still have 25 feet. It's my action to pick him up, I'm guessing. So
it would be an action to basically grapple the Albi, yes.
It's a sleep though, so it's.
So I'm gonna move back 10 feet. Then that's all I've got left with him.
All right.
And I'm still, so I've got the owlbear over one shoulder, but I'm still holding my sword out, or my shield, sorry. I've still got my shield out to kind of defend as best as possible.
All right. Ilian. Magna, I'm just for now going to give you control of the token.
Cool.
How easy would it be to lose sight on this creature if I move back to there? Still see it,
sorry,
right?
I'll tell you now. I just want to give.
You know what tree it's in, anyways.
If you move back to there, you still have line of sight of it.
Burn the tree.
It'll be next to me there. Yeah, cool.
Burn the tree.
Fireball.
Yeah, see, if we didn't have a full fight last week or a month ago, then that would have been great, right? I will use.
Clever planning by DM, that sounds like to me.
Do we have to tell you? Do we have to tell you to use Ice Knife? Because I could tell you to use Ice Knife, but
I mean, you guys had the option to come here well before the previous fight, so this is all on you guys.
True.
Not really.
use
They started to summon shit.
oh yeah,
Just
we could have
magnify
searched for
gravity.
children instead of running to the ritual. But I mean, there was no choice there.
You thought they were summoning in the middle of the lightning more, to be fair.
I thought they were going to be like sacrificing children in the ritual. So
I'll
Fuck it
cast
up, alien.
magnify gravity on the creature.
Yes.
nice.
What save is that?
Con save, please, 60.
Con save 16. It gets a 7.
And it takes 8 damage. And I think its movement speed is just halved.
What type of damage does it take? 8 force. Force is good. It does take the full damage.
It's also being
Ha!
gravity, so don't pull it out of the tree.
Like it doesn't make it fall
it's
down.
not
That
that
would be
powerful
good.
of a spell.
Yeah.
Its
Alright.
speed is
anything-
halved until the end of its next turn. Yeah, it's just the
Mhm.
speed is halved.
Alright. Forcing my hand, but okay.
Come on.
Luca, what are you doing? I mean, if you're gonna trap it in a tree.
I'm gonna try to pick up the kid and go back to town.
Alright, so action to grapple. Move half your movement speed.
Oh god, and I'll dash and move if I half my move. I'll rogue dash again, so I'll have my full speed.
Alright.
Jeez, I'm like, oh god, she's so heavy.
Alright, so she's going to be around there. Alright, anything else, Luca?
So
Is that
basically,
everything?
this creature laughed at me after I did damage to it, right?
I mean, it didn't take too much damage. It was just 8 points of damage.
The other has a big hit point bar.
Yeah, no. And there's nothing more for me. I used action, bonus action, and moved, so that's it.
I mean, so far you guys have done 5 and 8 damage to it.
Sure.
So,
Yeah,
I mean, you haven't really tested its defenses per se.
Okay.
So 5 and 8, that's 13. So it has like 400 hit points. We're good. We're gonna die.
hmm
All right.
Basically, a
Luca,
legendary dragon.
if that's all for you.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's all I've got.
Luca, you hear in your head in Halfling. Magna and Aldwin in Dwarvish. Ilian, you hear in Draconic. And Craig, you hear in Common. You just hear one word. And it's all at the same time. You hear the word mine.
Oh,
And the creature lets out an ear-piercing howl as as if materializing out of thin air.
Oh.
3 wolves appear.
Why?
Once again, I have to retort. Get fucked.
Maybe leave the bear.
Magnar, take the kid, Magnar. I can't run fast enough. Oh no, although with Magnar, I can't run it. As,
I
it's
thought
the
it
same
was
'cause he
3
can't dash.
little pigs and 1 wolf. It's got a big face.
Don't make it mad. Don't make it mad.
All right, let's see. What do they get for initiative? They get a 10, so that'll put them just before Luca.
Do you want to know the really funny thing is? You know when we were outside with the kids in the town, I had the idea to go, little pig, let me in.
Is
I'm
it
so
approaching?
fucking glad I didn't.
Is it approaching me?
It basically bounced down from the tree.
Get fucked, monkey.
Yeah. No, I want to explore why Magnar thought Luca was lying about seeing children. I was like, why do you hate me now? Otherwise,
No, I just thought you were fucking with us. That was all.
Yeah.
All right. What are you doing?
It's always fucking snowball swarm.
So I believe you're hitting yourself. It's a
No, because that's snowball swarm. I think is different.
Just throw it up there for us, please.
My thing is gone.
I think you are hitting yourself.
Stop hitting yourself. Yeah.
Because I think
I'm
I think
resistant.
you're actually hitting me and Alduin. I think it's a 15-foot radius.
No snowball swarm. So that's
It's not sleet storm. It's
I
snowball
mean, a
storm.
5-foot.
Oh,
radius.
sorry.
5 foot. So it's only hitting the creature. It needs to make a dex save. It's good at dex.
The effect of the gravity only reduces its speed, nothing else.
Mm.
I feel like that would probably fuck with its stats. But,
It's got a 17.
yeah, so it'll take this half.
You could use a pig whistle on it, but I think it might be already oinking.
No, so tuned to it. So it takes what, 6 damage?
It takes 6 damage, yes.
But hopefully that knocks it off its course when it's bouncing down and just gets hit in the face with a snowball.
Yeah, that is it. All it can do for its turn.
Cool. So at that, Crag is actually, it goes against everything in his nature, but priorities. He is going to move 40 feet, and as he does, he's going to run past. He is going to grab the kid off Luca.
Well, yeah, fastball spot. I throw the kid in the air and you run through.
Crag. Yeah, and then he's going to continue on the 5 feet. I assume Crag, being Crag, can probably move at full speed with the kid, considering he's significantly stronger and he has a carry weight creature that's large.
You are still moving a technically unwilling creature. So you move.
She's asleep, isn't she?
Oh, she's asleep.
I mean, she's still unwilling, possibly.
Normal drag rule still applies.
Okay.
I've got the same strength as you, and I still have to go half.
Well, yeah, I assume it's my action to take the kid off Luca.
If Luca releases the kid, yes.
I'll let you.
Otherwise, it's a contested roll.
No, it's fastball special.
I should have put the kid into the bag of holding. I mean,
No,
it'll survive a minute,
As long as you remember.
Anything else, Craig?
No, that's it. It's my action. My bonus action hasn't been used, but I don't think I can do anything. And then, yeah, that's it.
All right, Aldwin.
So do these walls look like regular walls?
Give me a nature check.
This is just a quick glance. This is not a massive great.
That's why it's a free action.
Yep. An 8.
As far as you can tell.
Ghastly, horrible walls. I am going to upcast sleep and cast it at them.
All right.
Nice.
Actually, Jean, it does specify in my powerful build that I count as one size larger when it comes to dragging things.
Yeah, that's inanimate. That's for inanimate objects.
Yeah,
That's
don't
not
drag the child.
No,
All
I was
right.
just meant, yeah, but he said drag specifically.
43 points of health
Geez.
centered
All right.
on those walls.
So that will sleep.
That's an amazing roll.
That wolf's
Jeez.
asleep. And that wolf's asleep.
Good. Go. Let's go. Actually, I'm going to stay. Where's the child at the minute? Sorry, is it?
It's with Crag.
Craig.
Let's get to.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I would be down one. I'll be in the spot where she is when she's not there.
All right.
5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah. And that'll be my turn.
All right. Magna, what are you doing?
Just because I'm not as au fait with them as you probably are, my boots are springing and striding. Would that give me any bonuses to move quicker here, or not?
No. You can jump higher, but I mean, trying to jump while holding a young Albe is going to be a bit of an issue.
I just think that the striding thing might have done something, but that's cool. So action and movement is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the owlbear is with me. That's it, and I'm still just holding my shield out, making sure I can try and protect us a bit.
All right.
Can I just say, like, if it was to be a case of us being attacked, I'm interposing myself. I don't have anything that actually does that, but just I will be trying actively to be the forefront.
If you want to pivot around the Albe, you can place yourself anywhere around it.
Okay, yeah. So essentially, yeah, I would be interposing if I can then.
All right. Ilian, what are you doing?
Is it on the ground now?
It is on the ground.
Okay, making sure I don't hit those guys. I'll do another magnify gravity on it. So another con save, please.
Is it on the ground because it fell, or does it just climb down and hit the hell?
Jump down and crack it in the face with a snowball.
Okay.
So.
That's a 7. That's a 17.
Oh, that succeeds. So it only takes 6 points of damage.
Alrighty. Anything else?
I'm gonna move. Yeah, no, I'm gonna fucking move.
Come on.
Oh,
we are leaving.
Just trying to slow it down, okay?
Alright, the wolves skip their turn. Luca, what are you doing?
So what are the odds? Because it's speaking with us telepathically, but I'm presuming it can't read our minds unless we speak back. So could I pretend to still have the girl? Could that be something that you know, like Craig and I did back in town? We do the old Willow disappearing pig trick, where I'm pretending to still be carrying her, and then he runs by and takes her, you know, in order to distract people who are pursuing us if we did a pickpocketing or something.
Yeah, what are you gonna use in place of the gold? You know, what's the prop basically?
Yeah, I don't
Crag's
know.
back.
I'll just reach into the bag of holding and pull out something big. You know, like I don't know.
I mean, you tell me. You tell me what you've got in there.
It's a
Yeah,
dead
hang on.
kobold.
I'll tell you. I got a magic cup. That's a nice one.
You pull out a dead kobold.
Like the brine shield. Did someone take the brine shield?
Yeah.
Because we've got potion. No, steel helms, shields.
There'd be a bunch of weapons in there from Crag that you probably bundled up.
Like a big big leather armor breastplate or something that I could just kind of get out and run slowly. I'm like, you know, oh God, no, please don't chase after me.
Give me
Crag's leather armor would be in there since he doesn't wear it. So yeah.
Give me a deception. No, this will be sleight of hand. Give me sleight of hand.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to touch Craig's cast-off armor with my bare hands. Okay,
It's basically brand new. He's never worn it.
Nice.
Nat 1. Wait, let me roll again because I'm a Lightfoot halfling.
Hey!
Jesus, 10.
Oh!
Plus 7. Oh my God.
The dice got take away and the dice got take away again.
They just take away. Yeah.
All right.
And then is that my action to do that, or is it? I guess it's an action.
No, I mean that could be your
Pulling action, maybe.
What else are you planning for the round? I'm not.
I was gonna use my spider staff and hit this guy with a web spell. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Go for it.
Okay. Oh, in that case, I'm only moving. Well, I'm moving at half speed because I'm carrying the child. So let me move myself back a little bit. So I'm like, no, please, go. I'll draw it away from you guys. I'll save you guys by sacrificing this child. Yeah. Okay. So the web spell just kind of happens. Where's web here? Hang on. I don't even know where it is. Cover the staff, spider staff. I don't see it on my. I'm sorry, I don't see it on my spell list. What the fuck? Where did it go? Spider climb, or is it a first level spell? No.
I think it's a
web second level.
Web second level, yeah.
Yeah, it's not on there. Hang on, let me just.
It's a 20-foot cube, and then has to make a dex save.
We set the DC at 12. I think it was.
Does it not use his DC?
No, it doesn't use his DC.
Mine's a 15. But this one here.
That was for the bag thing that you had at one stage. That was also like the web sack.
Yeah, I thought staffs used the caster's DC.
Yeah,
so it'd be 15. DC 15, and it's a dexterity.
All right. He gets a 21.
It's still difficult terrain.
So he's not restrained, but he'll still be half speed before he gets out of the web.
So he's not even just half speed; he's quarter speed now. Zillion.
No,
that's failed.
That's already passed.
Yeah.
All right. So the creatures kind of look over at the wolf, and he's just gonna.
The fuck?
Sorry, I'm trying to draw a circle and draw a full circle. Sorry,
I just thought, what the fuck that thing just cost?
He's just gonna blink in the direction of the wolves, and they vanish out of existence.
Blink. He's gonna blink.
It's a blink dog.
And then he is going to.
I pee a little bit.
Let's see.
It's half speed when it's in the web, anyways.
Oh,
so
I know.
Until he gets out. That's why I'm trying to draw a 20-foot radius, but it keeps drawing a full circle because roll 20 sucks.
It's basically just the first 10 feet of his movement. All right, so
it'd be like that, wouldn't it?
Well, no, I mean it was cast on him, so he's only got.
Yeah, I know. It's just it didn't work.
10 feet on it, either side. Let's see. Yeah, he is going to move up to you, Luca, because he's got 40 feet of movement.
Heck.
He's not going to attack you.
Oh, okay.
He is
please don't take the girl. Please, no, not the girl.
He is just
Drop
going
it.
to then look over in Aldwin's direction. Going to let out another howl. And Aldwin, let's see, where did I put that? Sorry, I'm just looking for the token. No, not the skeletons. The skeletons. It's fine.
Can I just, whoever's got control of the girl, can they move her next to Crag, where she actually is?
Yeah.
If I'm about to be blocked by a spell. Well, no, because
I'm
technically in her spot.
So he's basically going after whoever's carrying the goal.
Yeah, it's Crag.
All right, so it's gonna happen right above Crag. Or Crag basically.
It's not cow nuking me, is it? It's not doing the druid drop cows in your head thing.
No, he's bringing back another pack of wolves.
He looks at you and lets out another howl as another set of creatures.
I knew it.
What are they?
You see a swarm of black feathers and beaks.
Ravens?
Is this thing a druid?
They are indeed ravens.
Your god is displeased.
Okay.
And that would be its turn.
No attacks, nothing happens.
Sorry, Craig. I whiffed it on the baby transfer or the
And I think that would be a good place to take a break right at the top of the turn, and we will pick up this fight when we get back. All right, and we are back. Yeah, the parties went to go save a child, found a baby owlbear, and were attacked by some creature. So let's see how this turns out. Craig, what would you like to do?
Crag is going to run. So I assume with the kids, I can probably get so it's half speed. So I can move about 40 feet.
Yeah, as you move out of the swarm, because they are basically swarming all over you, they are going to take an attack at you.
Yep.
That's a 20 to hit.
Yep.
You take. That was a crap roll. You take 4 points of piercing damage.
And that's half the 2.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. The kid doesn't take any damage, does it? Because Crag is kind of holding the kid below it as he's getting swarmed.
I mean, I'll say if you are protecting the child, you are going to take all of the damage instead of half.
Yep, that's cool.
Eddie, no.
Oh no, done too soon. And yeah, Crag will move so 20 feet and then another 20 feet, so I'll be off map with the kid.
All right, good to know.
He's heading back towards the town.
Yeah, you could just move yourself to the edge of the map. Aldwin, what are you doing?
Okay. I am going to cast Spiritual Weapon behind it, and I'm going to use its Grasping Hand
Just hoping it works.
thing.
All right, behind the creature.
The idea is it's trying to grab hold of it.
No, I didn't mean to take that.
All right, that's so you're doing grasping hand.
Yes.
The acrobatics.
It's just a straight strength roll for that. Oh, hi, you bloody thing.
All right, let's see what it gets. It gets a 17. It just kind of ducks down, lowers the hand.
Thing.
Just
Yep.
whooshes right over it.
I don't know why I bother with this spiritual weapon anymore. It doesn't do anything.
Sorry, that was your bonus action.
Yeah, that was my bonus action. So action, I am going to toll the dead on it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I mean, con. I'll give it to you. Con is its weakest state.
yeah. Sadly, this is a wisdom one for toll the dead.
Oh, sorry, wisdom. That's decent.
I was going to say, unfortunately, this is not a con save.
Oh, that's a wisdom check, not a wisdom save. It gets a 9.
At least now we know what it's
Sorry, I have clicked the button. It's there we go. So it will take 18 points. Plus, because this is a cantrip, it will also take.
your divine thing.
Oh god, 1 point of radiant.
All right, from both of those, it does seem to take full damage.
Congrats, Tom. You did more damage to it in one round than we've done to it all this
10,
fight.
15, 20. I'm going around this one. 25. So 30.
You're about 10 feet away from Crag and the kid now.
All right,
Yeah.
so what we'll do is I am just going to do this route.
Slide us all up, yeah.
I'm just going to slide you all up a bit. So we'll slide everyone to there. So don't worry too much about the topography. So Aldwin, you would basically be there, and Craig, you would be 20 feet from where Magna is.
Yeah, Crag will be about here.
So Craig, you and the girl are there. All right, Magna, what would you like to do?
Would I know if Craig would be able to carry the kid and the bear?
So that is where Craig's powerful build will come in.
Yeah, he probably, I'd say he could, but he would.
Albert being large would probably weigh in the vicinity of.
It's a baby Albert, though.
It's a baby, though, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to work it back. So, I mean, an adult Albert would probably weigh in the vicinity of 800-900 pounds. So this Albert is probably.
Can I shout? Can I shout right now as I'm standing alone next to this monster?
You can.
Magnar, wake up the bear. Jeez, get over here.
And yeah, so I mean, I'd say it would weigh about 300 pounds or so.
I need you, Magnar.
Dude, Crag has 300-pound dumbbells, so yeah, he's grand.
I mean,
Okay,
he's a chubby boy.
is there a way to wake up the bear? Like, if I would give him like lay on
Throw him on the
hands, would that wake him
Yeah,
up?
I mean, you can shake the whip. You can literally just shake the bear away.
Okay, but he was trying to go back to that fucking creature.
He's trying to fight it, I think.
I think he was trying to protect the girl. I mean, clearly this is like your Disney film where the girl has a owlbear cub friend, she's Nausicaa. She has like a little insect creature that she's trying to raise. You know? Yeah. Anyway, no. So I'm just shouting. Magnar, I need you.
Yeah, and then I'll get there and you'll fucking disengage and just disappear. Like,
Where is all this rage coming from? We need to start. This is not good.
need an intervention. Do you know what? I'm just gonna dump the owlbear onto Aldwin, and then I'm gonna move up next to Luca.
300-pound bear.
It's a miracle that Magnar. If Magnar didn't have the Gaunt's giant strength, I doubt he'd be able to carry that. Or ogre strength.
Oh yeah, Aldwin can't.
All right.
I didn't ask you to carry it. I just said I should hold it.
Just leave it there.
Free action to let go of the young owlbear.
Is it being dropped? Wake it up by any chance?
In that case, I'm taking some fucking smites.
Smites. Take some smites.
I wish I could take some smites, but I don't
You
have
know
any.
slots? This is what you get for actually casting spells.
I know,
21,
right?
21 actually hits.
And then second attack. Oof. Actually, I'm going to use one of my blesses on the hope that will work.
All right, 14. That takes it up to a 14, which misses.
Fuck! Can I use my other bless?
One bless per roll.
So yes, first one hits, second one done. Looks like it's you and me, Luca. We can't allow him to get to them.
I'll be right back. No.
I fucking trip him. I trip them, sorry.
I want to attempt to cast momentary stasis on it.
Oh,
It needs to make a con save, please. 16.
While we're getting into the good
see within 60 feet of you to make a con save. Obviously, unless the saving throw is a success, the creature is encased in a field of magical energy until the end of your next turn. Until the creature takes damage. While encased in this way, the creature is incapacitated and has a 0 number of times equal to your intelligence modifier. Cool, good to know. It needs to make a con save.
Yes, please. 16.
I like this feature. This feature's cool.
What's your DC?
16.
That is what it got.
Chronal shift, please. Reroll.
Oh my god.
All right.
Can I kick it in the shin to give it disadvantage?
Right, that's a natural 20 now for a 21.
No way! Fuck, man!
Wait, can't you
Okay,
count?
fine.
No, I know.
Alien, stop standing there and do something!
Alien
I
has
can't wait to
trying.
copy this ability.
Alien has adamantium or whatever it is, fucking spells. He can't.
It's not Lucas, Richard. It's class ability. You wouldn't be able to copy it.
I know Luca's gonna find a way.
I'm assuming that's it for you, Alien. You moving to the LB. All right, so
I'll move in front of the LB, like making this line sight.
All right, so yeah, and that is exactly what is going to happen. The swarm, Magnar and Luca, you see the creature kind of nod in the direction of the swarm, and they are going to go. Oops, I'll just put them there for now. But they basically occupy your space, Alien.
Okay.
And they're going to make an attack against you.
Okay.
Because you've pissed it off.
Let's go.
20 to hit.
Shield through the
All
staff.
Finally.
All right. That is the swarm's turn. Luca.
All right. So I'll look at Magnar. I'll be like, "Hey man, just like old times. I'll be right back," and then I'll just move through over here and do some sneaky attacking.
Hmm?
Let's see here. So, do I have advantage for flanking?
You do.
And I have my +1 rapier, and I have sneak attack turned on, and here we go. Bam! AC 23 for 18 damage.
God.
All right, that definitely hits for 18 points.
It's a
Using your
bit.
magical rapier. Good for you.
I'm pretty happy.
Anything else?
Yeah, bonus action. I'll stab it with a dagger, since I don't have any other bonus action stuff I can do. So this is just a dagger, no
Disengage.
bonus.
Mm-hmm.
I think about disengaging. And I look around the creature to Magnar. Magnar is like, I'm like, I'm not going to disengage. So dagger, no bonus. Hey, 25 to hit for 4 damage, non-magical, no dex bonus.
Yeah, I mean, it barely registers you stabbing it with a dagger.
Yeah, so there you go.
But yeah, you do seem to have pissed it off quite sufficiently. It turns around to you, and it's going to try and bite you.
At disadvantage.
All right.
Why? Oh, are you doing something? Oh, because you're a whatever fighter,
Shield Master.
right?
So that's a 17 to hit.
I try to do shield, but I have no spell slots left, and so that will hit me.
All right. You take 6 points of piercing damage.
Oh man, that's actually
And
shit
then
well for
what-
me.
I
You
think I
will
still
do-
have temporary hit points. It doesn't
You
show
would.
it.
I think we all
Okay.
had at least. We all would have had the max roll, I'd say, because you had it up for a while.
I think that is something that Aldwin said, was that we all maxed out because
Yep.
he would have used it up.
Yeah, no, I've lost mine sense, for instance. So
Okay,
And
yeah,
they-
so,
All
so I'm
elements
still
have
I'm
been-
still into temporary hit points. So yeah, that's good.
All right. Good to know. And then Magnar is going to kick out with his back legs at you and just do 2 claw attacks.
Fucking donkey kick me.
So that's a 26 to hit.
I hate this guy.
Maybe.
And
No.
a 16 to hit.
The 16 misses.
You take 12 points of slashing damage.
Go ahead, Joe.
And that is... Let's see, how far away are you?
No.
He is going to... Yeah, he's going to sprint up next to Aldwin.
oh
Hey,
god,
Sentinel.
Sorry. Oh,
He-
he's sprinting away. Okay.
Both of you get attacks of opportunity.
And Luke will get a sneak attack on that as well if he hits.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask because this is a contested thing, but I've seen it in a streamed game recently. My turn is over, and in fact, it's a new turn. Therefore, can I do sneak attack? Because you can do sneak attack once per turn,
Once per turn, yeah.
Doesn't specify your own turn.
and so this would be like if I did a sneak attack now with my reaction, that would be my sneak attack for the turn after the turn I just did.
Well,
Yeah,
Either way you want to do it.
it
I'm
doesn't.
happy.
It specifies turn. It doesn't specify round, and it also doesn't specify your own turn. That's how I've always looked at it.
And I
So
think
the
also
way-
you can't
the
do
way
it
I
more
rule
than
it-
once per round, no matter what. I think.
Yeah, the way I rule it is it is still within that your turn hasn't reset yet, so you wouldn't get sneak attack on this one. But if you
Right, that's
if
cool.
you wanna if you wanna get sneak attack on this one, you won't get sneak attack next round.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. The limitation is I still can't do more than one sneak attack per
Yeah,
round.
so either you
So-
get it now or you get it next
Oh, I'm
time
getting.
your
Oh,
turn comes.
oh, I'm getting it now.
All right, go for it.
Luca
the
is
20
getting it now.
Magnar, the 21 hits for 6 points.
Now I'm assuming we still have advantage for flanking because when you trigger attacks of opportunity, we
Mhm.
should still be in flanking.
Yeah, you do.
It's
So
also
Magnar-
Sentinel. It's also Sentinel with Magnar head, isn't it?
I don't have Sentinel.
Do you
No,
not?
he
Oh, I
has
thought
a-
you had
no,
Sentinel.
he has
You
a shield
keep,
thing.
you keep
He has a-
saying it, but I don't. No.
So
Yeah.
his shield
Sorry.
thing is not Sentinel. Yeah. So let's see if I can
But-
get him. Oh, AC 17.
does hit for 18 points of damage.
All right, magical damage.
Actually, that does remind me, John. I didn't do that 6 points of damage because I used my reaction to give him disadvantage on Luca.
You are right. Thanks for being honest.
And I did not use my reaction when I got hit, so because I forgot. So there you go. Good stuff.
All right. So that was its turn.
Oh, because I didn't have a shield. I didn't
Sorry.
have any spell slots left to cast shield, so that's why I didn't use my reaction.
Yeah.
At this stage, Crag has probably realized it's going to keep coming after the kid no matter what. So he's going to put the kid down, and he is going to just get in the way, and he's going to block this thing. So he's going to start taking swings at it.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, the rune pushes down on his sword and starts to just ooze this black energy out of it, and he just swings to 26 for 12 necrotic and 14 necrotic,
Yeah, it does take necrotic damage.
and then it'll take another 7 radiant on top of that.
Right.
And then Crag is going to go in for a second attack with his thing.
If you can hear my fan, by the way, just tell me and I'll mute myself.
No, it's good.
It's 23 for 14 plus 2, so that's 16 necrotic.
That is also a hit. All right, Aldwin.
I've probably. Could I stagger 5 foot and put the bear down next to the child? That kind of...
Have you ever lifted 300 pounds? 300 pounds, right?
We'll take an action.
I might just put the bear down here then.
I don't think you're holding it there. I
can't
think you
carry
dropped
this.
the bear.
It's 300 things. I can't carry this. This is. I can control the descent, or I'm dropping it.
Just throw it at the thing, getting hit 300 pounds per anything.
Tempting.
Fucking down.
I will put the owlbear down in this square. I will then. My spiritual weapon is too far away again. It has failed me. 20. So it's approaching the swarm. And I will.
What's next turn?
It's on top of.
The swarm's on top of Ilian.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
It's actually swarming Ilian. So, and I will just
I
toll
forgot
the
the
dead
command to
because it's. We'll do better
All right,
than anybody else.
go
I
for
can do it this way. I have clicked it. I will
Oh, I didn't see it come up.
try again. There we go. DC 16 Wisdom.
All right. Wisdom.
It looks not good.
Yeah, it failed with a 12.
Cool. So that's 19 necrotic and 4 radiant.
That's good. Crag and Alder are still matching.
Hell.
Yeah, you're doing. It's not looking good at this stage. Magna,
That's
what
my
would you
turn.
like?
I'm just imagining black and white energy just flashing at this thing as Crag and Alder are smacking the shit out of it.
19
Does hit.
for 11.
You have advantage for flanking. You may as well reroll to see if you get
That is true.
Okay. I
Good fish.
will- This is the second roll for that first attack then.
Oh,
Yay! You're welcome.
I told you, get fucked.
Give him that 11 back
Again, I
quick.
say it's
And
you're
then
welcome.
17. He's still up.
Oh,
Not for
he's
long.
getting a second swing. I roll it twice again. 27 and a 10. So
good
I'll take the
rolls.
27 for 13.
Magnar the
Magnar.
finisher. That's what we call him all the time.
Magna, how do you kill this thing?
From bollocks to brain, I'm splitting him in half.
Yes, I mean, your first strike comes down over its flank and it kind of rears up and turns towards you. As it rears up, you just bring the sword up again, slicing not clean through, but a decent deep gash right through its body, and it lets out a gurgle as it slumps down to the ground.
I told you, get fucked.
Is he saying this in Dwarven or Common?
Oh, I'm saying it in
And-
common.
And the swarm of ravens simply dissipate into thin air.
Is everyone all right?
And we are out of combat.
The spiritual weapon just gives you a thumbs up.
Alduin, tell me, what the fuck is this creature?
Oh no, it's in a tree. It's got to be a tree creature. Can't trust it.
Monkey.
Anyone who wants to figure out what it is can give me an Arcana check.
I will guide Ilian in if he looks like he's about to answer that question.
It's in anyone, so I rolled, but it's shit.
18.
All right, 18 for Luca.
23. Just let me do that place quickly.
Guidance, not bless.
1d.
While
sorry, what
that,
is it? 1d4.
It's still 1d4.
Yeah, it's a D4.
Okay.
While they're doing that, I'm going to go and check on the owlbear.
So 27.
I'm going to check on the child.
All right, with the 27, you definitely know what this is. Luca, you know a bit about these creatures. You've heard about them before. This is a Leshy. Leshis are extremely intelligent and cunning forest spirits. They are native to the material plane, and due to their supernatural nature, they are resistant to most mundane attacks. You would know that folklore claims them to be protectors of the forest, but this couldn't be further from the truth. The reality is that a Leshy is a dangerous hunter who preys on both animals and humanoids alike. In its natural form, which resembles a wildcat with bear-like features, it uses its powerful claws and jaws to take down its next meal. Its fur is a deep brown color with smatterings of greenish spots to help it blend into the treetops that are its hunting grounds. An ambush predator by nature, the Leshy lurks in the canopies before pouncing on unsuspecting prey, attempting to kill its intended target as quickly as possible. The Leshy also has, and this is the part that you know, Ilian, the Leshy has a limited ability to polymorph, able to take on the shape of a harmless old man or a branch of a tree. It does this in order to lull its prey into a false sense of security and augments this up with its telepathic ability in order to communicate with those not of its kind. This telepathic ability extends further to being able to summon and control some woodland beings that will come to the aid of the Leshy if it is ever threatened.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Juan's mind-frightening creation.
This is level 1.
I mean,
keep your arms and legs inside at all times. They'll be bitten off.
Fantasy version of the sexual predator. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a little creation of my own that I dreamed up one day in the shower.
That's
creepy.
Yeah,
that's creepy.
Too much info. Too much.
When you saw like an old man outside talking to children, it's like, yes, I'm going to make a fantasy creature. Yeah.
And if anyone wants the stat block population, you can head over to my Twitter page. It is somewhere there in my feed. I think it's been still. If it's not, just go look for it. It's a couple of months back.
Maybe you'll find it in Candlekeep.
You can search the
Maybe it'll turn up there.
Go and scare the shit out of your players.
Here,
with this
I'll
creature.
try to find it and I'll put it into the chat.
Yeah,
John, while they're inspecting the creature, Crag is going to put one finger on the kid's forehead and like just bump a point of lay on hands into it.
All right, the
Just 'cause
kid.
it seems slightly like scratched up and stuff, so just to get rid of it. I don't know if it took actual health point damage, but
Yeah, so I mean, in mechanical terms, the child didn't take any damage, but the couple of scratches that she has from running through the forest and things like that do heal up. She's still sleeping though.
Can I wake her up at this point?
Yeah, I mean, you can give her a gentle shake, and it takes a couple of seconds, but she does come to, and kind of with the start, she, while still on the ground, kind of retreats.
I'm kind of doing that thing. I'm going to stay kneeling. I'm not following her. Hey, you all right? You're out here on your own.
She's looking around. She's not answering.
Can you introduce us to your friend here? And I'll point towards the owlbear.
As you say that, she jumps upright and immediately starts running towards it. Keeping a 5-foot berth of all of you. And the spiritual
have we been introduced to any of the names? The spiritual weapon waves at her. Have we been introduced to any of the names of the childminders? I don't recall.
I can't remember that I told.
I don't think so.
Okay. In that case, it'd be Griselda told us to come out and find you. Everyone else is looking for you.
Give me a persuasion check.
So you know as well, Magnar's sitting on his ass. You know how you sit on your ass with your legs out, like bowed legged kind of thing? And I've got the owlbear like sitting there or like laying against me. I'm kind of just making sure he's okay.
You got the owlbear cloak on, so it's going to think you're an owlbear.
Speaking of the owlbear, Crag will also lay on hands the owlbear.
Magnar, just give me a nature medicine, your choice.
I suck at both, but
that's a 6 on persuasion. God damn it. She doesn't like Griselda then.
She rolled very low. She rolled a 4.
I know you don't know who I am.
Like Ilya says, kids suck even against persuasion. Yeah. I guess that's the whole point.
Between trying to shake the owlbear awake, as kids would do, she tells you that she doesn't like Griselda. She's mean.
We hadn't had a chance to meet Griselda properly. My name is Aldwin. What's your name?
And you can see that the tears starting to stream down her face at this point, and quite shyly she tells you that her name is Cynthia.
Cynthia, that's a lovely name. Shall we get you back home? And does your friend need to come with us, or do they live in the woods?
She tells you that Snowy lives here in the woods. She sneaks out from time to time to bring him something to eat and
victims.
Come play a bit.
Does he have?
Sorry, Craig. You said you were doing lay on hands for how many?
Yeah, and you said the owlbear. I used 1 on the kid, so I used the remaining 4 the owlbear.
Yeah, some of the wounds that owlbear has does heal up a bit. Magnar, you sitting so close, you can see that. I mean, it's mostly scratch and bite marks, probably from the leshy.
Does it have Snowy... a mother bear?
Yeah, I guess Snowy saved you from the big bad monster, huh? Like the big bad monster is like 10 feet away, lying hacked to pieces. She looks over at you, Luca, and she tells you that yes, that Snowy was trying to protect her, and she was trying to get it away from this thing. Magnar, with your 11 medicine.
Great.
Well, hey, Pricky Pete.
Hey, Pricky Pete. Good to see you again. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Been a while.
With an 11 medicine. I mean, the injuries don't look too serious on the owlbear. I mean, it's nothing life-threatening. With a bit of rest and recuperation, it should be fine.
I'm going to take out a ration and...
Good news, Leshy. No, the owlbear can eat the Leshy. It's going to work out. It's all going to work out. So I'll say to the girl, I guess we're not going to tell the people. We're not going to tell the townsfolk about Snowy, or and it's okay.
Yeah, as this is going on, I'm just gonna look into the woods and shout back. Where's its parents?
Oh, the owlbear.
As you shout this, Cynthia looks over and says she doesn't know. Snowy was brought in on a barge a couple of months ago, and she saw it jump off the barge and swim to shore.
Aww.
And it's been living in the woods here on its own for quite a while until she became friends with it.
I cast momentary stasis on my tear glands.
And I'm kind of like, wow, she's just like me and Craig, except the owlbear's probably smarter.
Oh.
As Lucas says that, Craig's gonna get up and walk over to this tree and start he's gonna start chopping up. No, he's gonna pull out this actually no, he's gonna reach out to Aldwin and ask to borrow Hugh for a second.
Yeah, it's gonna say, don't use a sword to cut wood. It's just gonna ruin it.
I'm very hesitantly. I don't want to give rid of Hugh because it's protecting me from all the trees.
I'll do
I
it
think
the
you're
moment.
soon.
The moment you let go of you, there's a sense of relief. You are you no longer feel threatened. You don't know why you felt threatened in the first place. Craig, the moment you take you,
Yeah.
there's danger all around.
Yeah.
Go into
That
a
was
rage.
so stupid.
Crag is going to start hacking at the tree branches here to try kind of like cut off big enough ones to make a stack. You know, you stack branches to make a kind of shelter thing for the owlbear up against one of the trees.
Oh, and it feels, as you chop this tree, it feels good.
Very
It
odd
feels
feeling
like
that
this
does
is
that
what's
to you.
Do we think the Leshy has a lair, or is it like an animal and not like a? Because I mean,
Yeah,
it
it
was
doesn't
able
have
to
a
speak to us a little bit.
So I mean, with Ilian's amazing Arcana roll, you would know, Ilian, you would know that Leshies tend to be solitary hunters. They don't really make a lair. They tend to roam around looking for the next meal, and that's
Okay.
part of the reason why they are so difficult to pin down most of the time.
I think this is
One area.
I mean, I think we should search until we find its spaceship because it claimed to this planet to hunt, right? So it's it's like a D&D predator for D&D. Yeah.
It's just laying there next to Luca going,
Yeah. There's a countdown. There's a countdown on its arm. Yeah. Somewhere in a nearby tree, there's a bunch of skulls with spines attached. You know.
Note to self: make D&D predator for Luca.
That would
So
be
yeah,
great.
I'm gonna take a ration out anyway, and I'm gonna kind of waft it under the owlbear's nose, see if I can bring him round, give him some.
Yeah,
food.
seeing as you are using a ration, give me an animal handling check with advantage.
Sean, I'm after accidentally deleting my token. Would you mind popping me back on? I can't see.
I'll just give you your current token.
Yeah.
Vision. So 1 sec. I'll get to that roll just now.
No problem.
There's Craig, controlled by Phantom Lighting, Night Vision, 60 feet. There you go. It should be fixed.
Yeah, I'm back. And then my HP and shit, that would be on to, unfortunately, it seems.
Oh yeah, let me fix that for you quick. Sorry.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I was trying to highlight the blue lines to show where I was chopping off the tree, and then
No
got
problem.
myself.
And AC. All right, Magna with a 15. Let me just roll a.
Wait, my AC 70? Oh yeah, I forgot.
Magna, you waft this ration under the owlbear's, let's call it its face, its beak, and it kind of opens its eyes, and you can see a wild flash go through its eyes at that point.
Okay.
And it immediately grabs for your hand with a natural 20.
Yeah.
You take 12 points of piercing damage
Okay.
Oh my god.
as it just snaps at you.
Magnar's dead.
Just looking at the guys, I'm like, don't fucking dare.
I can't even cancel the crit, I'm afraid.
Don't. It's
I was
okay.
And it jumps to its feet and starts looking around. And the moment it sees Cynthia, it kind of moves into it, and you can see it kind of nuzzle into her. And she leans down onto its shoulder. What is everyone doing?
I will pull out like a meat ration and throw it to the owlbear.
I'm gonna say to Cynthia, how old is Cynthia? Is she like 10 years old kind of thing? Like, you know,
Yeah,
like
she-
little Leia, or is she
Are they
younger than that?
orphans? Sorry, just
She-
quickly.
We don't know, we haven't asked yet.
Oh,
You haven't asked. Cynthia is probably about, you would guess she's probably about in the vicinity of 10 years old. Yeah.
Okay, I'll say, are you where are your parents? Are your parents in town?
She tells you that they were last time she checked
Okay.
when the attack happened. She was playing with some of the other kids when they were evacuated, so
Okay.
she's not too certain.
I'm gonna tell your parents, but also I think you should know that we're starting a school in Phandalin, and it's a school where different kinds of students would be accepted. So if you find that things aren't going well for you, or if the villagers are being mean to you because of your friend, your owlbear friend, you could always come to Phandalin and come to school. Bring your owlbear friend as well.
Basically, Luke is saying we're going to teach you how to become a ranger with your owlbear as your animal companion.
A druid or a ranger or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, the owlbear has now kind of moved, kind of away from all of you, and he's kind of nudging.
The owlbear grabs Luca and flees. Yeah.
To follow. I mean, he's kind of trying to push her back at the same time, trying to get in between everyone and Cynthia.
Can I get up? I'll go over, and I'm gonna offer one hand to Cynthia. I'm gonna squat down, offer one hand to Cynthia, and then offer the other hand out to the owlbear. And
is it a stump?
She responds so that he responds.
You offer one hand to Cynthia and a stump to the owlbear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, your head is bleeding pretty badly at this point.
Does the bear know Paul?
All right.
Cynthia, do you want us to just leave and then you can come out of the woods by yourself? Because I feel like if we just stick around, the owlbear is not going to let you come back to town.
The owlbear Magna, as you do this, it does growl at you a bit. Give me one more animal handling check.
Can I aid him in that?
Are you trying to give him guidance, or?
Ideally, I'd actually want to do the animal handling check myself, but
you could make a separate animal handling.
I do a separate one, yeah.
Thank goodness for that.
Sorry, 23 without the guidance.
So yeah, Magna, you get a bit of a start at that.
I just want to be just essentially calming it down as I would if it was a pack horse or army dog or something on those lines.
With that 23, what you gather from that is basically what the owlbear is trying to do is say, don't try
back
anything. Not necessarily back off. It's more of a I'm watching.
Yeah, I just want to try and catch its eye. Just we understand. I obviously can't communicate with it anyway, but it's just that we understand we're both working to the same goal.
But he doesn't make any other aggressive moves.
And then with that, look over to Cynthia, go, we do need to take you back to town, but do you need to say goodbye to Snowy first? Does Snowy need to come with us if this thing's out here? There may be other things in this forest.
She kind of looks around and, sees this shelter that Craig has hastily.
He's using rope as well. He's cutting off pieces of his long strip of rope and tying branches together.
So I mean, she tells you, for the most part, Snowy can take care of themselves. They just need some time to rest.
They're a very capable creature. If you say your goodbyes, we'll get you back safely to your kin.
Yeah, so Cynthia takes a moment to, give Snowy a hug, and you can hear it kind of trying to quietly whisper to it, telling it that, she's going back home now. She'll be back again in a couple of days. And then Alwyn, she tells you that she is ready to go.
I will offer one hand, and the spiritual weapon will offer the other one, and she can choose which one she takes.
Yeah, she kind of glances up at the spiritual weapon and then walks around Magna to the other side of you.
Okay. I will offer a hand. I will take a hand if she wants me to. I won't force.
Yeah. Yeah, she does take it.
Okay. And I will start to lead her back home.
All right. Is everyone following?
Yeah.
I take one more ration out and I lay it just before his feet. And then I'll stand up and start walking away.
So you Failed ones. Give me a straight animal handling.
Oh, fuck.
You're determined to get this hand bitten off, aren't you?
I mean, it already has. What the fuck are you
It
saying?
makes
Leave
sense
it
though.
alone.
You're wearing a dead owlbear. Obviously, it's not going to trust you.
You should
like you
actually be
kill-
doing it at a disadvantage. You're wearing a coat of owlbear.
So we flash back 6 months to when we killed its mother, not knowing that its baby was in the bushes watching every moment, and then you stripping its flesh from, and now it knows who killed its mother.
I'm trying to avoid it getting to that point later on in life.
So the owlbear kind of, sniffs at the ration and then looks back up at you and sniffs it again and then just plops down on the, like the way a puppy goes and sits, just kind of plops down on the ground there. Doesn't do anything.
Let's start following the others out.
It watches you all the way as you leave.
I'm kind of like,
Like
yeah,
a minute
give it
later, Crag will come running after him, having finished the shot.
finish off the owlbear.
No, not shot.
I'll be like, how's your hand? I mean, if you'd given it halfling rations, it would have been a lot happier. Like, I don't want you to feel bad, but dwarven rations are kind of awful.
Yeah, I could have probably gave him a fresher one.
I mean, I had 3 limbas for breakfast. They were great.
I haven't tried them yet. I've heard they're good.
They are better than the dwarf bread, I have to be said.
I mean, they kind of taste like nothing, but they fill you pretty well.
I feel like the dwarves have canned bacon. It's just that's all of their food is canned beans and canned bacon.
I can tell you right now that's not true. However, I will say it's probably heresy to say it, but I prefer other foods to dwarf food.
I wouldn't say that around other dwarves.
I mean,
Trust me, I don't.
most dwarven food is like cave animals and stuff, right?
Go back up to the wayside. You can have some more of their food.
Yeah.
Magna, what's your passive perception?
13, I believe, or 14? 13.
I'm going to start heading back to town and see if the girl is really good.
What do I see that Magna misses?
No, so both of you actually do see this.
Okay.
Magna,
also see it then.
throw a last glance over your shoulder as you leave. The owlbear is eating the ration.
Hang on a sec.
Oh God, give it up.
This
It
is
just
a minus
doesn't
1,
like you.
but bollocks. I'm going to do it anyway. 18, yes! Does that beat everyone's passive?
Or are you going to throw more food back that way?
I'm going to take a ration out and start breaking out as we're walking along and dropping it behind me.
You're trying to get the
no
owlbear to follow? Why? No.
No
get that
one
owlbear.
notices this.
But before we get out of the forest, I'll stop. Like, I don't want to bring it out of the forest at all.
All right, 100%. Good to know.
Yeah. So I just want to carefully watch the girl to see how good she is at woodcraft. Like, is she a future ranger type of thing? Like Craig said, or is she just a kid who has a friend who's an owlbear?
Give me.
Like, will she become a warlock with an owlbear?
Thank you,
or will she
baptized
become a
in
ranger with an owlbear friend? So
Thank you, what?
I got a bless.
Pleasant puss.
Thank
No, it's from Nessie. Yeah.
Was it from Nessie? Oh, sorry, Nessie. I was reading the one above. My apologies. Thanks, Nessie.
Luca, give me an insight check.
insight is one of the things that I'm best at. Hey, 19. All right.
Oh, with a 19. I mean, she's still very young. So there's been no formal training, but it looks like at the very least, at least this part of the woods, she knows very well, and it ties up with the story of coming to feed the owlbear every now and then. There might be potential there.
Yeah, I think we have to tell the people that she's. I don't know. We can't just. It's not going to end well if we don't tell somebody. I think. I don't know.
Do you say that out loud, or are you just thinking that to yourself?
No, I'm thinking that, but I'm also thinking I'd love to run a game of kids on brooms with all the kids from this village. Really fun. I'm going to talk to Magnar. to Magnar and Craig, and I'll be like, yeah, we. Do you think we need to? Oh, I'll ask her. I'll say, so what do you think's going to happen? Do you think we should? Like, I guess it's a secret that nobody knows that you have this friend in the forest, Cynthia.
She tells you that for now, yes. She's afraid that people might hurt him.
You're right, but I think now might be a good time to tell your parents about what's his name, Snowy, Frosty,
Snow.
Because if you tell your parents now, they'll be like afraid, of course, and they'll be like, we have to hunt it down and kill it and make a cloak just like Magnar has, and we'll be like, no.
Sigh.
And we'll be like, no, we found her in the woods being protected by Snowy from danger, and so, and then Snowy could become a guardian of the village and so on, and that we could and I'm designing grandiose schemes to,
Look at with that comment about killing Snowy, make a general charisma roll.
Oh yes, I have excellent general charisma. Oh, there's a nat 2.
Nice.
She immediately starts crying her eyes out. Aldwin, she's hanging on to your arm about this.
Yeah.
Listen,
Could you all just shut up
Cynthia,
for a little home?
Snowy will be fine.
So I spend the rest of the time walking with Ellie, and you're right, kids suck. I don't understand. Kids are so inferior.
I said kids are inferior. They don't suck. You just made them suck.
Yeah, boy, this kid's terrible. Like I want to run a school, but I definitely can't be a teacher because I mean, if they're all like that,
I will try and get her to talk about her friends or her childminders, or try and distract her from.
I mean, it does take a bit of time, but you do eventually manage to distract her.
I say I'm not very good at doing this either. I'm quite clearly stumbling.
It's like she doesn't have friends. She's a future serial killer, you know.
So tell me about the town.
I mean, she can tell you, a bit about the layout of the town, and we can go over that as soon as you make your way back into town. But as you make it to the gate, Aldwin, you recognize the uniform eventually of a soldier of Neverwinter, who immediately runs up to you, not even looking at you, and he picks her up and gives her a big hug.
Oh, nice.
And as far as you can tell, this is her father.
Okay. What rank is this soldier?
From what you can see, he's a sergeant.
Okay.
Oh, do we have any, I suppose, because we were sent, obviously, by Lord Neverember, or whatever his name is, to do this. Do we have any sign that we were sent by them? Were we given any, chains with, a little symbol on it?
We have a letter of... Is it a
One
letter?
there.
Yeah, you have the letter with the official seal.
Fair enough. Yes, when the guy takes it, it's like, is this yours, sir?
He kind of, looks you up and down. He tells you that, yes, it is, and introduces himself as Sergeant Aizendore.
Aizendore, sir.
Tells you that he's in charge of a detachment that's been sent down from Neverwinter to, a couple of months ago to help guard Leilon.
Lord Neverember himself has sent us down to aid you. I think he's keen for progress to carry on in this town. Your girl was taking very good, capable care of herself. You might want to ask her what she's doing in the forest. She seems a very capable young girl.
I wink, and I nudge somebody. Nudge, wink, wink.
At this point, Aldwin, Cynthia's staring daggers at you.
Oh.
She's going to have to explain what she's doing in the forest when everyone else is together.
Yeah.
I mean,
so I'm gonna. Well, I mean, I'll tell the ranger. I'll say, well, we found her. She was being attacked by some kind of a strange beast, like a fey creature or something. The remains of the beast are, very close by, just in the woods over here.
300 feet.
And she probably would have been dead, but she had a protector. I think you should tell your dad, Cynthia.
She's just at this point staring down at the ground, not saying anything, and Sergeant John just kind of puts her down on the ground, kneels down so that he's eye level with her, and he tells her that we'll talk about this when we get home. He looks back at you, Aldwin, and he thanks you for what you've done, even though you do not know him or the people of the town. And he
Just sent here to help.
He clips off a pouch from his belt and he hands it over to you.
Thank you. I don't think this was necessary for retrieving Cynthia, but I'll take it in the good grace it was offered. Thank you, sir.
Can hear it jingle, so it's definitely coin that's in there.
I'm not looking at it at this point.
All right. He tells you that unfortunately that's all he can offer at that point, but there might be, if you go talk to the town council, there might be some more work.
I mean,
work that needs to be done.
We specialize in the odd missions, somewhat. So,
if you need something killed, we're probably the best around for doing it.
Or something found. We've done that before.
Yeah.
What time of day is it by now?
By now, it would probably be pushing close to 4 in the afternoon.
I will ask the sergeant then, is it worth us meeting them now, or are we better finding a place to rest for the night and meet them in the morning?
He tells you that might be best with the attack and everything that's happened to try and find a place to rest for the night. The garrison is unfortunately full up, so he cannot offer you any beds.
Okay.
But at the very least, you can make your way over to the settlers' camp. There's some wagons hitched up there. There's tents. Someone might be able to help, unless you have your own camping supplies.
We can do our own position to crash down in. That's fine.
All right.
Well, I think the refugee camp might be nice to spend some time in.
Yeah, we can go down there. I'll do Learmon's tiny hut when we come down to sleep.
All right. But yeah, you are free to explore the town. The people are still, milling about near this entrance, trying to catch gossip of what is happening, what has happened, trading, let's call it rumors and the like. But other than that, you are basically in free explorer mode now.
If they haven't already been removed, Crag will start removing the bodies of the cultists and moving them off for a pyre that he's built on the island across the thing.
So some of the soldiers have already started with that. You are more than happy to help them with that. I'm going to just move you guys back to the Leilon overview map so that you guys can get a view of the town.
It's very dark in Leilon all of a sudden.
I see that. I don't know what's going on with the dynamic lighting tonight. No, I don't want dynamic lighting. There we go. So as you walk around, some of the
fuck is that?
There's a Pegasus on the.
I haven't. Oh, that was from last time I ran it. Oopsie. Let me just find your tokens quickly. Apologies for that.
Island.
Now you basically get your first proper view of what Leilon looks like.
Bit of a shithole.
And I will give you the description of it now. Let me just get your tokens over. All right, you are basically there at the, what would it be, northeast entrance. And you see that Leilon is a ruined town encircled with an earthen rampart. To the southwest, new settlers attempt to build docks for barges made to cross the marsh and meet merchant ships in the sea. Outside of town, a settlers camp nestled underneath the trees alongside the high road. At the center of the town is a tower that stands like a rising beacon, 4 times the height of every other building. The town seems to lie in ruins, but the settlers from Neverwinter work quickly clearing and restoring it. I've already marked most of the key locations for you. As you can ask around. I'm not going to make you guys make investigation rolls to find things. Some of the places that are pointed out to you is a shop called Aubrey's Peculiarity Shop. You walk past it. The shop seems to be cramped. Small building nestled between some old houses. They tell you that there's the barge yard, which is where 6 mud-covered barges are chained together and beached at the edge of Leilon, where the town meets the marsh. They tell you that the barge master there is a female dwarf named Rosta Anvilhand. If you want, you can even rent barges from her. There's the fishery, which currently serves as the town hall as well.
Gross. We'll stink whenever they have a town meeting.
Oh, weird.
Fishing village, it all stinks.
There's the shrine of Lathander. A little bit to the south.
And Tamora, yeah.
There's a shrine to Tamora. There's the settlers camp as well. Some of the names you hear floating around is Griselda Copperrot, who you've already met. You hear talk of the sergeant as well. You hear talk of Marigold Brightshine. From what you can gather, especially you, Aldwin, he's a male halfling priest of Lathander. And you also hear the name Valdi Estepar floating around a bit, but you don't gather too much information about that one.
Do we see? Didn't we? Wasn't there someone? We had someone come down with us from the Wayside Inn. Can't remember.
Oh yeah, we have someone's on Ramshaw.
Another halfling.
Yeah, the bard.
Oh, the bard.
Sweep
see
the
her
halfling
around?
girl. Sweep the halfling girl came with us, I
Yeah,
think.
sweet.
Yeah, on to her. Do we see her or do we not see her?
I mean, the last time you saw her, she was with the villagers. She might be somewhere in town.
Okay. All right.
You eventually find out that the large tower in the center of town is now known as the House of Talivar. There's Idle Island, which you have already heard a bit about.
We've already visited as well.
Yeah,
Leilon,
you've already
I think.
been there. Let's see, what else is there? There's the town square where most of the people gather. And that should be most of the important things.
Umber Hulk's Shell Inn. Okay, that's...
Yeah, it's a little digi tavern on the dockside.
I want to head to the peculiarities if possible.
Yeah, I'm already there. I want to be there immediately. I have so much money.
Get off
so
me.
you all walk into this.
And we're all out of spells, injured, like shopping in it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So you all walk into this shop, and it is crammed with curiosities that appear to be dredged from the ruins of Leilon. You see old fishing rods, swamp idols, mining helmets, and other oddities. You see a whimsical Eluskan male that approaches.
What male?
Eluskan.
What is an Eluskan? What does that look like?
It's a human.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's like okay. I see.
Yeah. It's one of the human variants.
Okay.
That's the pirate town, isn't it?
Yeah. So more dark skin, individual, dark hair. He's got. You see that he's got piercing, almost amber-colored eyes. He introduces himself as Aubrey Silverspud.
ovary silver spike.
Silver spun.
Like he's got silver spun hair. Yeah. I'll say hello, sir. I am Luca. Just here, visiting town, and I've got money I want to spend. It's going to be great. And in Thieves' Cant, my camera just shut off. And in Thieves' Cant, I'll say, like over the dialogue, I'll say, and I'd be appreciated if you didn't rip off any of my friends when they shop here. And also happy to have a communication. If he knows Thieves' Cant, I will know. I guess he would respond.
Yeah, he responds and tells you that not in Thieves' Cant.
Oh,
that,
okay.
If you've come looking for the oddities that can be found around here, you've come to the right place, and you are more than welcome to take a look and spend your money.
As he says, take a look. I just want to cast Detect Magic.
Oh, you get magic from all over.
Wow.
Okay. Any really powerful auras I can notice as I walk through the aisles?
Roll me a D100.
Okay.
Not bad.
75. Let's see.
75 fireballs all of a sudden detonate inside the shop.
Yeah, you are drawn to a potion that is sitting on one of the display shelves. It's a clear red liquid, and it seems to have tiny bubbles of light in it.
I pointed into to be like, what's this?
He kind of, picks up a pair of glasses, puts it on his nose, looks at it. He tells you that there is oh, now I lost it. Give me a sec. What did you roll? 75.
75.
75. He tells you that is an elixir of health.
What it do?
Wait a minute.
When you drink that, it cures any disease afflicting you, and it removes the blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned condition.
Okay.
Can I? How much is it? How much is that?
He tells you you'll let it go for 500 gold.
Can I make
That's how much I have.
Is Aldwin there?
I am, yes.
Do you think that would heal somebody who's mute?
Depends if they were born mute or if they became mute by accident.
Oh.
Potentially.
Who's mute?
Kid from the trader.
There's a mute kid from the trading post up north. I've been thinking about him for a while.
Oh, I remember, yeah, at the Falcon place.
Yeah, his master gave me this bow, the bow that I have, and I've always wondered if we could help him somehow.
Craig is looking for specifically any weapons that might be in the shop or anything that could be a weapon.
I'm looking for books. Anyway, if nobody wants that potion, I'll buy it. I have money. I can add it to party treasure, and then if we ever go back north, we can try it on that kid.
Yeah, so I mean, you'll take walk over and take the potion off the shelf and go put it on the counter in front of him. He tells you that he'll just keep it there for now.
Okay.
Is anyone else looking around?
Yeah, Craig's looking for like weapons or something that could be like interesting, like a cool magic item that could have an interesting effect.
All right. Give me a D20.
I am trying to point at everything that is not magical and telling Craig to ask about it.
Stop that. I'm trying to find practical use magic items that could help us in the future.
I mean, Craig, in between searching for weapons and Alien constantly getting in your face, trying to point out what's magical and what's not. As you walk past one of the shelves, there is and you've seen a couple of these before, but you see a poisonous kit. And it is engraved with the initials UM.
How much?
He tells you 50 gold.
Yeah, Crag will throw over the 50 gold and then hand the kit to Luca.
Oh.
All right.
You do sneaky stuff. Poison
That's
is
cool.
sneaky.
Well, thank you.
Would come in handy.
You can add a poisonous kit to that. Anyone else want to roll and see what they find interesting in the shop?
I mean, Crag is still looking. He's still going around.
Sure, I'll have a roll.
Yeah, I think we should each
Alright,
have a go. Yeah.
Give me a d20. Anyone who's looking, give me a d20.
It's my favorite kind of magic shop. Is just roll for random stuff.
I love this one. This is one of my favorite shops in the entire game.
Another raid. Woo!
Hello, we're shopping.
Hey, can I still
Thank-
roll even though I did the 100?
You
No,
missed the
because-
fight.
Because you did detect magic, I gave you the best options.
Okay.
So I roll a nat
Alright.
1. Can I roll? Do I roll again because I'm a Lightfoot halfling, or is there a different kind of roll?
No, not on this table.
Okay,
Luca.
okay.
All right. So, Aldwin, are you also looking? Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
there's
I
Aldwin,
rolled a
there's,
3.
Magna, can you give me a d20 as well?
I'm not looking.
Oh, you're not looking. All right.
So that this is
Magnar,
Morgan stood by the
double slide
doorway
goes
just
off.
going,
Well,
Magnar doesn't buy magic items. He'll be killed for them.
He's just standing there watching this all go on, like.
Yeah. No, 100%. So we will start with Aldwin. Give me
sorry, you broke up for me. What's this up?
Yeah.
give me a D100. I'm just
Ooh.
waiting for my table to load quickly.
And so, those of you who just raided us, we're currently having a shopping in a magic shop session
79.
in the town of
17.
Leilon.
Nice. Yeah. The party's just basically saved the town from an attack. You find an ornate scabbard that fits no blade that you have found so far, or that you have seen so far.
Does I point out to Ilian and just, this is magic? Or is this just nice?
What type of magic do I get from it?
You do not get any magic from it.
Just no nice scabbard.
It's got this weird illusion aura coming from it. I'm not really sure what it does.
What a
I
prick.
put it back.
I put it back.
Crab will immediately walk up to the guy and be like, "What's the best thing you have?" The
He
coolest
kinda-
item.
Cut
He
to
kind
the
of
chase.
he kind of looks up at you and smiles and tells you, "Well, where's the fun in that?"
I mean, look, we did save the town, and we're going to continue to help save the town. So, I just want to make sure we're perfectly well equipped. So, help me, help you. Crag is trying on his new charismatic skills. for
I
being
have
a
to
bard.
say, I'm standing next to Magna at this point going, oh, it's actually, there's an improvement. This is progress.
We're obviously rubbing off on him.
You can
Please
see him
don't.
kind of think about that for a bit, and then you see the light in his eyes, and he tells you that he might have something that you would like, and he disappears around the corner, and you can hear a bit of rustling and some glass clinking,
We're all just standing unattended in the store. And we're like,
and he comes back with what appears to be a glass jar, like a mason's jar, and inside, suspended in some kind of liquid, you see the body of a tiny creature. If you like, you can.
please don't be a sprite. Please don't be like a sprite.
If
in
it's a
jar.
sprite,
Oh my
I'm
God.
buying it. I'm buying it.
No, you ask for a sprite and he'll be like, "Is Fanta okay?"
Anyone who wants to try and identify it can give me a Arcana check.
Yeah, Crag will try, but he's
It'd be
not very
great if
good.
it was like an intellect devourer or something,
Beholder in a can.
Yeah,
It is indeed a sprite. A dead one.
How much?
that's horrifying.
Suspended in formaldehyde.
How much?
He tells you it will be 10 gold.
What? It's
Hmm.
got to be a fake.
Leilon, do your thing where you tell whether things are real or not. Magic.
Is it a
Not that we
fake?
don't trust you, but we want to make sure this is something cool.
I mean, there's no magic coming off it, if that's what you're asking.
It's
But I
dead.
mean,
There should be any
with that Arcana check, is that a legit
That's
sprite?
awful.
It does look, with a 25, it seems to be legitimate.
What would the use of having a dead sprite be?
I'll,
Or is this
I'll
guy just
slap
fucking-
10 gold on the table and tell him
It would be
Whoa.
if you.
one bottled sprite.
That's, no. The use would be that if you're a bad person, you put sentient beings into formaldehyde. Yeah.
Luca, can you roll me a D100, please?
Oh, I rolled one on the D20, but I'm looking for books specifically. If that makes any difference, but I'm happy to roll a D100. 12.
All right. And it is as if the gods have spoken. He tells you that he doesn't have any books per se, but he does have one thing that you might be interested in.
Scroll.
It is indeed a scroll.
Let's take a look.
Poor man's book.
I am just looking for my spell list quickly. Sorry, give me 2 seconds and I'll tell you exactly which one it is because I need to roll for a random one day as well.
Power word kill.
Should
No,
be on
so
the
that's, you
Druid
find-
spell list. And
it is a I can tell you it's a
Wish scroll.
it's a fourth level spell. So give me 2 seconds.
Can't cast, but they can definitely transcribe it.
Yeah, it's something. I mean, you could still try to cast it off the scroll. All right, Luke, I'll get back. There we go. It is the spell. Come on, roll, please. It is the spell Blade Ward. Is it? No, that's a
Word
cantrip.
wizard. Is it a wizard
No.
spell? Oh,
It
Blade
is a
Wall?
wizard. It is a Blade Ward. That's a cantrip. I opened up the wrong.
so it's a fourth level blade
I
ward.
wanna say it's
fourth
four.
level spell. I mean, wall of.
For some reason, it opened the spells by name, not the spells by letter. So if you give me 2 seconds just to wait for this thing to open, I'll get back to you on which one you found.
Because I think Blade Barrier is a fourth level spell.
If that's the one you want,
No, that's a
go
sixth level
for it.
spell. No, it's sixth
Can I
level
ask
spell.
this guy like where he gets all his stuff?
Bog,
Like
he
the
said.
adventurer?
Yeah, I mean, as you ask him, he tells you, some of it washes up on the beach, some of it other people sell to him. He gets it from all over.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll take that potion, and I'll take this scroll, whatever it is.
For the scroll, he tells you that'll be another 500 gold.
Okay, and it's a wizard, like a level 4 wizard spell.
Yeah, it's a level 4 wizard spell.
Okay.
See, while we're standing here, Crag is just gonna touch
So it's
his.
1,000. Yeah, so I'll count out 1,000 gold. 1, 2, 3.
Crag's gonna touch his amulet and just do briefly and pop off a divine sense. Just this guy does have dead pixies in formaldehyde.
This guy.
I assume nothing, but just to make sure.
I'll tell you now. What are you doing? Or what are you?
Divine sense.
If
If he sees anything like fiendish, unholy, demons, that sort of stuff.
Just pop in the exact wording of the spell for me, please.
It's not very good. It's kind of the worst thing ever, but
It's that thing you do where when you can already see the devil, you confirm, yes, that is a devil, not someone who's been illusioned.
Yeah, he senses strong evil, registers in your senses like a noxious odor, and powerful blood brings heavenly music in your ears.
Yeah,
As
you don't
mentioned,
get-
you open awareness such forces until the end of next turn. I know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet, etc.
Still say it's one of the worst natural features of any character on D&D.
It is.
You do not.
So, any objects have been consecrated or desecrated?
I mean, you do get quite a strong sense of good. There doesn't appear to be any evil. There's no celestial or fiend.
There's more so checking for consecrated or desecrated in case there's any
Oh yeah, no, there's no consecrated or desecrated ground.
Good. And then with that, Crag will go back to walking around the shelves, looking for any utility magic items, like the say for example the immovable rod. Yeah, that sort of vein.
Yeah.
Looking around the shop further, Craig, as you round one of the shelves, you eventually, as you round the corner, you see a painted tapestry above one of the counters that shows three adventurers. There's a dark-skinned warrior woman, a red-bearded dwarf, and a third whose portrait is faded with age.
Can we ask the shopkeeper? Do you know who was there?
That might look nice. That might look nice in your room, Craig.
Is it magic?
He tells you that that's a depiction of this an adventuring group called the Swords of Leilon. They protected the town some hundreds of years ago.
Who's the guy that's faded out of the picture?
He tells you that he does not know their name.
Is he
He
lying?
does not. He does not know any of their names.
Is he lying?
Give me an insight check.
You don't have a picture of someone on your bloody wall if you don't know who they are.
You might if you're a shopkeeper and you're just looking to pass it on at some point.
Maybe 13.
As far as you can tell, he's telling the truth.
Okay.
Basically, the vibe I'm getting is Crag is not going to find any magic items.
As you stand there and look, Craig, you're looking at this tapestry, and Magnar, you intently staring at him. He doesn't break stride as he begins to tell you that 200 years ago, the wizard Talavar made his home here and raised the tower at the town center to conduct his mystical experiments. The house of Talavar was topped with a planar beacon that lured creatures from the other planes into the structure, trapping them there. After Talavar mysteriously disappeared, the people of Leilon were content to leave his tower and the monsters within alone. The spell plague, as some of you do know, a divine phenomenon that twisted Faerun's magic, corrupted the tower's defenses. The creatures sealed within were free to attack Leilon, and the magic of the planar beacon was redirected back into the material plane, causing humanoids who looked upon the beacon to become paralyzed. Leilon was quickly overrun and subsequently abandoned, and had remained that way for more than a century. Sometime after that, the first action the soldiery of Neverwinter took in Leilon was to destroy the planar beacon inside the house of Talavar. He does further tell you to, just tie up with his previous story, that before its fall, Leilon was defended by a loosely organized group of adventurers who were called the Swords of Leilon. When the House of Talavar released its monsters, the swords fought to cover the escape of the townsfolk. They died, becoming ghosts bound to Leilon's ruins, it is said. They now watch the rebuilding of the town with caution, hoping that the reconstructed tower does not bring disaster. And at that last line, he kind of chuckles and say, "But that's only superstition and hearsay amongst the townsfolk."
Is the tower occupied?
He tells you that it is actually currently occupied. A man by the name of where was it? Gallio has taken up residence in the tower. Apparently, he's doing some arcane study in it.
Let me guess, he thinks Faerun revolves around the sun instead of the other way around.
He tells you that he doesn't concern himself with those kinds of studies. So he cannot tell you.
What did the town folk think about this guy? In the tower.
I mean, then if you're looking for rumors and the like, he tells you that he's shown them no ill will. He tends to keep to himself. He doesn't say much.
Red flag.
That's what you do, Elian. You teach.
I was just about to
You
say
seem
something
to-
evil.
I didn't say I wasn't a red flag, did I?
You guys forget Alien's
Oh,
gonna
you got
betray
it,
us
you
and
got
kill
it,
us
yeah.
all.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, let's see. What else can you tell?
What's the guy's name again?
His name is
Did you say Galileo? No.
Aubrey.
I
Galileo.
also remember Galileo for some reason.
Oh, Galileo. Oh, you mean the guy in the tower?
Yeah, the guy in the tower. Yeah.
Galileo. Gallio.
Close enough.
That's why I made the joke.
Okay. I'm
And
kind of
his-
writing stuff
his
down.
name is Gallio Ilibro. Elibro.
I swear to God, the Forgotten Realms have the names of people. You know, it's like yeah, names of people in the Forgotten Realms are so bad. It's just a total alphabet soup.
I know. But anyway, let's see what else. Seeing as Ilian has asked about rumors, he also tells you that for those of a more brave nature, and he looks directly at you, Ilian, as he says this, he tells you that over on Marsh Island, Idle Island out in the marshes, there's rumored to be ghosts. Some of the settlers claim that they hear whispered voices on the island at night, inviting them to come view their destinies.
Come view their destinies.
Sounds like a plan.
Don't you guys think like Idle Island has like the best camping spot?
I would definitely agree.
I think some rapper just
think
organized a
Greg
party
agrees.
on that island, and then everyone showed up, and there wasn't enough food, and then it was a big scandal.
Oh, that's Fire Island. Remember, we were hired as security, and
we never got paid. Yeah.
Never paid us.
I heard it was Coachella Island.
Yeah.
No.
So maybe after we have a nice rest, we could maybe go check out the island more in depth. So I feel like this store is the kind of store that. So I feel like this store is the kind of store we can come to every few days or every once in a while and roll again on the random table.
Yeah, basically, if you want to do
okay.
it that way, you guys are fine to come back every now and then once Aubrey has replenished his stocks.
Yeah.
And
So I'll
we
be
can
like,
see
hey,
what you
Alien,
guys
I have this scroll here. I'm not sure what spell is on it, but I'm sure that we can use
You can
it.
brainstorm.
Yeah.
Brainstorm.
I'm still actually waiting for that bloody table to load.
Yeah, send it to
I
me and see if I
actually
can get it.
need ink and paper.
I mean, there's let's see. I mean, there's no real. You'll probably have to go over to Trover's Post. Would be the best place to get that.
Oh, what about potions? What about healing potions? Can we get them here, or should we go to Timora's or Lathander's shrine?
He tells you that if you are looking for healing potions, the best place would be.
I really like this guy. Is he armed?
He's not armed.
Okay.
Not as far as you can see.
Alien, he left us alone in the room while he went looking for stuff. I'm pretty sure
He's a nice guy. This is our
he probably snuff our lives out in 1 second.
This is that retired level 20 adventurer who just
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking now.
Just crime. That's all I'm asking.
Like he doesn't give a shit.
And all I can think of is he left us alone in the store, which means the store is a mimic. I mean, obviously, if we try to steal something, it'll just kind of digest us.
I would have felt evil if it was a
Monster
mimic.
House, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Monster House.
He tells you that the best place to go would be to the Shrine of Lathander. You can go speak to Marigold Bright Shrine. He'll help you. If you just want as he calls it, a quick fix, he can do a cure wounds if you really need it. that's a bit cheaper.
Yeah, I'm right here. Come on.
No, we just no. We the
Magic
potions
or,
are for whenever it's yeah. We just like to have a few potions in case
He says
I get
I'm
any
right
magic-
here while we're all standing here fucking injured and like busted
Yeah,
and
yeah,
bruised
yeah.
and
We're going
Yeah,
to
I'm
sleep.
really badly hurt. I'd like to cure myself immediately, but Yeah.
We heal in our sleep. Have you guys not realized this yet?
Yeah.
I
We're
can wave
basically
fairy
immortal.
dust on you as you sleep. It gets eventually in the morning, but it's
I want to do a roll
about to
20.
die.
Sorry, I want to do a roll 20 based or D20 based superhero game where the player characters are just basically D&D characters in the regular world, and they just heal all their injuries when they rest, and they have superpowers, or when you shoot them they don't die because they have 100 hit points. Yeah, so.
All right, Luca, that
just-
scroll is a scroll of phantasmal killer.
Ooh,
Jesus Christ.
ooh. We'll work on that one. Just my
yeah,
magic
now
stuff.
he's interested.
Do I get any magical auras coming from the shopkeeper? Just for interest sake.
From the shopkeeper, you get abjuration, illusion, conjuration, and evocation.
Basically,
Don't fuck with this guy.
He's a wizard.
Don't fuck with this guy.
So I'm waiting for everyone to leave,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like I'll make out I'm kind of walking out behind him, shut the door, and then turn back into him.
Well, I'll be the last one to leave, and I'll be like, "You okay? You okay, Magnar?"
Yeah, I might actually take a gamble. I'll see you outside in a second.
All right.
All right,
Give him a punch on the back of the knee. And
Yeah. Almost
I mean,
goes over like, oh, you're getting powerful, Luca.
Aubrey
Sure.
just stares at you with those, bright eyes, big smile still on his face, asking you what he can do for you.
I wonder if you would have something that would allow me to talk to creatures.
God damn it.
You're gonna try to steal the owlbear from that kid? You're a monster.
Give me a persuasion check. This is a fairly high.
You're
Listen,
bad.
I need to speak to Rammstein. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Persuasion, was it?
Yeah.
God, I wish I had my divine fucking thing right now.
Rammstein is his magical goat, for those of you in chat.
15.
Do you have a bless you want to add on to that?
I do, yeah, you're right. Good idea. Ah, fuck you, Bless.
He kind of looks you up and down and he asks you, what do you need it for?
Well, you see, I'm sure you understand kind of what I do.
Hey, there's another raid. Sorry, man. Right.
Hey,
What's happening?
Right,
Great
yeah.
raid.
Raid.
Just for the raid.
Thanks,
This is
guys.
awesome. Welcome, everyone. Uh,
Continue.
so, yeah, I'm sure you, just by looking at me, you can understand what I do. I have my steed, and it'd be, although he can understand me, it'd be easier if I could understand him too.
What's your applicable modifier for this role? I'm not going to ask you for persuasion or deception. I'm just going to ask you for the modifier.
It's a 6.
That's
As in the skills list, right?
As in the skills list, yes.
Yes, so it'd be a 6.
All right, just roll a d20.
Oh,
Ooh, 21.
Finally.
nice.
I mean, he kind of stares at you for what feels like a couple of minutes. I mean, almost like he's trying to bore a hole right through you. And he tells you that he doesn't have anything right now, but if something does come, you will be the first one to know.
thank you very much, good sir. And as a sign of gratitude, I would happily buy an item if you'd allow me to take a chance.
He, kind of waves his hand in the direction of the shop and tells you, see what tickles your fancy. Roll me a d20.
Natural 1.
All
That's
right,
great.
roll me a d100, please.
33.
As you walk in between the many shelves, you can see the scrolls. You know they are of no use to you. You walk in between them. There's bags of beads lying there. There's what appears to be some sort of wind chime. There's goggles lying on one of the counters. And you stop off at one of the potion cabinets, and you pick up this potion. You can see that it in this red color liquid, it seems to be continuously contracting, is a tiny bead, and after a bit, the bead expands again. So the red, contracts into a bead and then expands again until it fills the entire bottle again.
How much for this?
He looks it over and tells you that for you, he will do 450 gold.
What does it do, though?
Buy everything.
contracts
Just
and
buy
expands.
everything you find.
Exactly,
You buy it.
you
Just
said
buy
it.
it.
For,
Buy
for
everything.
your amazing consideration today, I'd like to give you 451 so that you may at least have a drink on me.
That's
He
actually
tells
more
you
insulting.
that he will. He kind of chuckles at that.
A fraction of a percentage tip.
Just
Yeah.
have a
Bragg is
drink
just
on
looking
me.
at the poison cake he got Luca, and he's trying to read the instructions on the back.
Fairness, 1 gold is actually quite a lot.
Yeah.
How will I word this in my inventory so I know what it is?
I will send you
Expanding
the
bead.
warning.
Okay, cool. So I
The
just put,
warning?
well, I just put 1 red liquid flask. or
Expand
something?
contract.
Yeah, so, honestly, you've got Alien right there who's probably dying to identify it.
Okay, I'll come out the shop then and I'm like shaking it like, come on, magic boy, tell me what it
I
is.
thought you
Was
were.
it the potion?
Funnily enough, as you shake the bottle, the contracting and expanding of the liquid in the bottle isn't interrupted. It
Okay.
continues to contract and expand at the same rate.
So it has its own force field as such. Okay,
The
that's
weapon of
interesting.
mass destruction.
Well, I have detect magic up, so what do I get from it?
You would get
Red matter from J.J. Abrams' universe.
Yeah.
I think you destroyed Romulan
you would
homeworld
get
with this stuff.
transmutation magic coming.
Oh, it's an enlarged reduced.
Would I be
potion, isn't it?
able to make a Arcana check for it? Do I need to identify it?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Guidance.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, so the
Yeah.
24 is enough to identify. You've seen these before. 28 even easier. It is a potion of diminution.
It can make me smaller.
Reduce.
When you drink this potion, you gain the reduce effect of the large reduce spell for 1d4 hours. No concentration.
Hey,
required.
Magna, you can be tall.
No,
It's
it
the
makes it
opposite.
smaller.
Is he lying?
You could do that scene.
Yes.
You could do that scene from The Boys. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh no.
said it exactly as I just said it. So you probably know I'm lying.
Yeah, you've traveled with Alien enough to know he probably means the exact opposite of what he just said.
Aldwin, hold him. We'll pour it down his throat and see what it does.
I will move up
bring it
behind
down,
him
Bruce,
and see
and
how
grab
long
all
it takes him to
poison
react.
Yeah.
And then he'll shrink, and then you just stick him into that bottle and cork it, and there you go.
I gotta stick him in with that Sprite.
Well, it
Oh, gross.
only took a sprint to PvP.
Yeah, 7 up, okay.
But I think as you exit the peculiarity shop, that is where we will end it for tonight, and we will pick it up again next week.
That's very
Thank you,
powerful.
thank you all for playing. I hope you enjoyed the Leshy. It seems we are raiding Play Nerd with allies tonight. Thanks,
And
Christian.
thank you for the raids that we had as well.
Yeah,
That was
thank you.
amazing.
The
Wow.
raid
A lot of the raids.
Awesome. We love you. It's great. And we will catch you again next week. Cheers, everyone.